Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Yes, y'all. It is Friday night.
Yep.
And this has been 2 weeks in the making. This man. Off the top, heavy spoilers. If you have not seen Wakanda Forever, it is okay. We're not going to be upset if the views are down because we know life happens. Not everybody's going to be able to get out there right away and see it. But if you have seen this movie, please stay tuned because we will be talking about it, sharing our thoughts for this entire cinematic experience. That is what I'm calling it. It is on par with something like Endgame, the way the audience was attached to this film as a whole.
Yes.
It was to the point where when people would have reactions during the movie live, nobody would be like, shut up. Because everybody's like, I thought it was just me feeling this, you know? So, again, we are talking about Wakanda Forever. This whole show will be dedicated talking to that. And we are joined by none other than Converse Ninja, aka Pitmaster Nick Smith, who joined us 2 weeks ago to talk about his experience at the premiere. And we're going to go ahead and start by saying we appreciate you being able to talk about that experience, having seen the movie, and still not share or spoil any of it for 2 whole weeks. Because as we were talking about before we went live, I walked out the theater on my phone creating a group chat with all of us. Be like, yo, what the fuck? How did you do this? You know, everybody had already seen it. I was the last of the core to see it. But yeah, man. So before we get into the movie, how difficult was it for you? Like, was this the ultimate test of willpower for you?
As far as I was concerned, yes, because I walked out of the theater on premiere night. And they took our phones before you go in the theater. They put your phones in this pouch and it locks and you have to go back and have them unlock it to get your phone out so you can leave. So I was like, there's this line. I was like, I need to text people. I was like, damn, I can't even text people.
I'm not, nobody knows about this yet.
No.
I can text it.
It hurt my soul. I wish.
But yeah, man, it's awesome. What's up, Deontay? What's good, man? Appreciate you jumping in. First of all, also, if you have not seen it, or if you have seen it and you want a little different perspective, our homies over on Saturday Night Nerds, Deontay and Will, they did a episode last week talking about it for a bit. So if you have seen it and you want different opinions and you want a place to talk about it, Saturday Night Nerds is probably the group you want to jump into. And then chat it up with them. But with getting right into it, everybody's in the theater. Trailers are playing. I don't know if trailers played for where you were at, Nick. I don't know.
Not for the preview,
okay.
But the second time I went to go see it on the Thursday night opening,
yeah. So I'm just like, bro, normally I'd be excited for trailers, but y'all know what I'm here for, man. Like,
come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what it is.
I'm ready to order. Yeah, it's one of them things. Can I interest you in a blooming onion? No. You know what I'm yeah. So right off the bat, last trailer plays. Instant, like an ER trauma scene. Doors open. Shuri's in there, barking orders at people, trying to create stuff, and you hear the AI talk about T'Challa's heart rate is down to this, and we find out he is falling victim to a disease or some illness that they're very vague on. I was not ready for instant fuck. You know,
me neither.
No one was.
Like I went in there like proud because I had my shit on. You know what I mean? I had my garbs on. I was ready.
Yes.
I stepped in there proud, sat down proud, and immediately that pride went from
concern.
is this what the fuck we doing already? Is this how we starting the movie? Like I'm about to cry right now, like tears welling up already.
Yes,
because I already know what's happening. You know what I mean? I know what's happening.
Not another sound in the theater.
Nope.
Yeah, it was dead silent. Like
Dead
nobody was
silence.
coughing. Shout out to the parents who were just like, maybe we should leave the younger kids at the house for this moment. Because bro, talk about a thing that could break the tension, and it was serious. And here's the part: everybody knew Chadwick had passed, but literally, I'm just like, hopefully you can save him. Like in the back, like the little 1%. Please, like she's like, what's the confidence on this one? What's the confidence of this one? And I'm just like, in my heart of hearts, I know you're not saving him.
But there's a party. There's a party that's like still like, oh shit, yeah, that's right.
Please,
yeah.
Please make this happen.
Print it now. We're gonna try it. I'm just like, oh, just and then when Ramonda comes down the hall and shakes her head no, and she asks the heart rate, and the AI is just like 0%. Bro, that is the what broke the dam. Like my vision was blurry. The tears were coming, right? And I was just like, I can hold these back, and then 0, and then they just flow right into it was a funeral scene, but it was a celebration of his life. It's sad, but it's a beautiful thing at the same time. What was you guys on that whole procession and the celebrating of his life?
Well, you know what's crazy about that whole thing is they show that mural of him all through the trailers, like all the trailers show it. But when you see it in the movie, suddenly it's like
it's different. Yeah, it's different.
Different.
Yeah. That's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt because I was like, I seen it and I knew it was coming, but to actually see it in the movie and then like they're having his funeral right here and they're walking down the road and there's his mural and I'm like, oh, it still hurts. It still hurts.
And then like I don't know about y'all, but when I saw T'Challa's coffin, I was like, man, I was planning to get cremated, but someone's gonna make a fortune on these Wakanda coffins.
Bro.
Yes.
Bro, the whole here's the part that got me. Unless the writers were just in their bag, the part where Ramonda and Shuri, they say their goodbyes, they cry, and then they step back for the ship to take him. When Shuri went back up to the coffin and put her head on it and just was sobbing, I was like, that's not in the script. Like that is Letitia really being sad that she lost a great friend like that, and how that was captured, and Angela Bassett being the veteran actress, the great actress she is, being able to play off of that and pull her back like a mother-daughter moment.
Right.
Bro, that sent me over the edge. And like I started wiping my eyes at that point. Like I couldn't hold it. I was just like, at that point, that was a very moving scene for me. That intro, and I was like, bro, there's 2 more out.
That scene, I think, was kind of gave everybody a moment. I feel like when Chadwick died, I remember because someone texted me and I thought they were sending me a bad joke, and then all that happens, and like I feel like that scene gave everyone the world closure on his passing. Like we didn't see anything in the news about his funeral. Most times famous person dies, they show you funeral shots and eulogies and all that stuff, and none of that. Everything was done under the radar, and I think that the writers gave us all that closure.
Yeah, I agree with that. And what I was thinking about during that, like while you were saying that, we broke this news on the show. Like,
Yeah,
this is one of the first.
we were doing a Smoke Pit episode, and Black looks at his phone, and we cutting him about some stupid celebrity or something, and he's just like, "Whoa, I think I got breaking news. If this is right, Chadwick Boseman has passed away." And I was just like, "Bro, this ain't bro, stop." And then my phone gets the notification, it's just like, this can't, like, we just seen this dude in Endgame, my guy. Like, this dude was just saving the world.
Right.
Looking great to me, but it says a lot to be battling what he was battling with for 4 years. And not let the general public know, because he didn't want that, that it sounds weird. He didn't want that sympathy. He didn't want the oh no, he just, let me make this movie. Let me do my, that
what I'm here for.
I can only imagine being on the cast and knowing, because they had to have known. Because
I don't think they told them originally.
I don't think they know. I don't think they know either.
Because I'm like, he's getting the treatments. He's obviously, everybody sees him getting skinnier and stuff, right? Like, I was seeing that, and I was just like, I don't know if he's getting ready for a role in the movie, because a lot of actors will drastically lose weight and stuff like that.
Right.
But I feel like they knew, but I didn't think that they knew it was as bad as it was. Like, they were on the inside a little bit, because he has to explain, like, hey, I can't make shooting these days, so maybe we should shoot more of my parts now, because these days I'm gonna kind of be out of it with the whatever treatment he's getting.
Right.
But to be an actor in that movie, to be in that cast, and to know he's suffering through that stuff, and you still see him put those performances on. I know everybody in the MCU is like an established actor doing whatever, but I feel like that kind of brought them together, because when he passed, the amount of outpouring from actors, no matter how big or major their role was in an MCU world, paid tribute to that. Like, you were talking about, I forget his name, but the actor that played Shang-Chi. Like,
yeah.
Oh, Simu.
Bro,
Simu Liu.
He paid so much homage to Chadwick for opening the door for him and stuff like that. So I think that opening scene, and then to top it off, to bookend it with the Marvel introduction with all Chadwick.
Silence.
Pin
in
drop.
silence. Yeah, in silence.
Pin drop.
Well, in my theater, it was sniffles, because everybody was taking that time to cry after the funeral procession. And then you hit Chadwick on the Marvel thing, and it's like, dog, this is like sensory overload right now. Like, I can't help but cry.
There was a couple O Lords in there when I was watching it. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Let me ask you this. Now that we've all seen it, at the premiere, what was the mood like?
So when that opening thing happened, I mean, it was quiet there too, but like, first you see Letitia and everyone kind of clapped because she was there, but then the mood of what was going on hit, and it immediately dropped again when they're going through this. And then, like, when Angela Bassett came on to tell her that T'Challa had passed, normally people would clap, but we were so caught up in that moment, everyone just sat there like just shell shocked. Like, like I said, I think we all relived the moment. Like, she's gonna save him, right? But we know deep down it's not gonna happen.
Not there. Yeah.
And so just the dead hush, and then when they played that opening, like, you could see some shoulders jerking. People were crying. I mean, like, especially considering how many of the people in there had actually known him personally.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can see now, looking back at it, listening to you talk about, Winston. You said he was there, but he just kind of he didn't do the red carpet. Michael B.
he did
Jordan
his
kind
main
of came in
shot.
late. Yeah.
Mhm.
Some of the people they're
Yeah.
just like, I can't put the front on like I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
They're
Well, I
emotional.
know, yeah, especially like now, in hindsight being 2020 from my last show, like now they know what they're about to go watch and they know it's going to be incredibly emotional and they're going to relive the emotions. And I can imagine that had something to do with like, look, man,
Yeah.
I can't because I know I'm about to be fucked up after this movie.
And I mean, even when you see like pictures of Winston from the premiere, the first premiere, like he took pictures and he did like finals when he did the group photos, but there is an air about him that whole time. Like even in the pictures, you can see like he was there doing the thing, but I don't think any of them had seen the full film yet, so they don't even know what to fully expect.
Right.
And Letitia, she was nice. She took pictures, she signed things, but even she had like a somberness to her going in. And I didn't know how to explain all of this in the last show because I'm like, damn, they don't know the context.
Right. Right.
Good on you
Thank
for
you.
that, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Good on you for that. But yeah, and then it rolls into the actual film starting, and you see Shuri just burying her emotions in work, you know,
Mhm.
just going above and beyond in the lab, trying to create new stuff and defenses and all that. Because in her mind, she's probably like, "Bro, we don't have Black Panther. Killmonger burned all the herbs. People are going to try and test us, like we saw in the UN scene where Ramonda gets up there
So
and
tight.
everybody's trying to here.
Oh yeah.
That scene there. Talk to me about you guys' thoughts when Ramonda gets up there and kind of checks, quote unquote, all the first world countries coming for Wakanda.
Look, I almost in the theater is like, tell them colonizers, tell them. Ooh,
No,
I mean, you can
it
feel
was
it.
dope.
Like I don't know. It's so funny for a made-up African country, the pride we all feel when Wakanda stands up for something. Like I know it's not just me. Like
Yep.
I'm watching that scene and she's like, you guys think, oh, I hear your whispers. We're weak. We don't have a protector. And I was like, tell them, tell them.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part. Like, I get it, the Black Panther's gone. And that's what these countries were afraid of. Like, we don't want the Black Panther to. Did y'all not see what they were doing in the Battle of Wakanda when aliens showed up? Like that technology, y'all still
But
ain't
see,
ready. Y'all
No.
still
but you
ain't
gotta
ready for Wakanda.
but you gotta keep in mind, none of the battle in Wakanda was televised. They also don't know that Wakanda has war dogs all over the world inside of their governments. They
True.
don't know how deep Wakanda. Like now they know. Oh, they have vibranium. Their king is a superhero. That's all they know. They do not know how deep that well runs.
Yeah, because I'm just like, bro, y'all would have went in there with some raggedy ass, not raggedy, but like what they would think is
In
top of the line
comparison,
armored vehicles, and then a fucking war rhino would have just ran through their shit. You know what I'm saying? They would have been like, we're not ready. We're
Yeah.
not ready. Retreat.
No.
Fall back. We
What you know about
sorry.
getting hit with a vibranium spear while you charging?
Be like, is that a jet or a fucking wasp or what is that? Why is it hovering like that? And how can it do
Why is
that?
that bug so big? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it moving like that?
The bald chicks ain't even got guns, and they just taking us out.
Bro. That scene where the French mercenaries roll up in there, their SEAL Team 6 equivalent rolls in there, punks the scientists as they think they're doing, and they open that vault and Okoye comes out. I'm like, oh, y'all done fucked up.
Oh, y'all done fucked up.
Y'all done
At the
fucked up.
premiere, we all lost it. Like we knew
Everybody clapped
Janae
in
was
theater,
there.
bro.
Yeah, we're like, woo, because we knew it was on. Like we're like,
Yep.
oh.
Yep.
And they did not disappoint.
And to bring them in during the hearing or their little gathering and to acknowledge the French prime minister in her language, you're welcome. I was just like, get the
Wait.
Wakanda verse everybody out here. Wakanda
Wait.
verse everybody.
When Okoye told those soldiers to kneel and they didn't even question it, they're like, all right,
Oh, you
yeah,
know they
this is
got
what you
their
can
ass.
do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. The biggest line that I took from that one is when Ramonda was just like, we're not hoarding vibranium because of the dangers of vibranium. We're keeping it to ourselves because the
Because of you,
dangers
motherfucker.
of y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's so true, real world shit, because everybody wants to have the upper hand in a worst case scenario. Everybody, like when nukes first came out, everybody's like, we need fucking nukes now. Now everybody has
Mhm.
nukes, and everybody's just like, I can fucking end this world right now. I push this fucking, like, it's a horrible world. But if vibranium was a real thing, could you imagine, like, even if America got it, I'd be like, bro, we are wilding right now. We don't
Yeah.
need to
Like,
have stuff like this.
we act crazy as is. Can you imagine if we have vibranium? We would like civilians would just roll up in places. Y'all can't do shit. We got vibranium.
Right.
Yeah. The asshole is on 10,000 because we
Yeah.
got the most powerful shit in the world, bro. I dare
It's
y'all to fuck with
and for
us.
a country, if for a country to have that ability and show the restraint, like, we ain't trying to fucking fight nobody, we just trying to chill over here,
Do our
exist.
thing.
Yeah. And that speaks volumes to the character of Wakanda. I mean, I know it's a fictional place, but it's like a place where you're just like, why can't motherfuckers just act like this?
Right?
Wakanda's like the place I want to be. It's like we peaceful, we got technology, we stay in our lane. But if you come in this lane, I just want to warn you.
Like, we ain't trying to infringe on nobody.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't trying to install democracy anywhere. We ain't trying to do nothing. We're self-sufficient. We can help when we can, but we're not giving you this because we know what you guys are about.
But that's the thing when you think about it, though. Wakanda is self-sufficient. There's no country in the world at this point that is fully self-sufficient. We
Right.
rely on trade for so many different things, and Wakanda has never done that. Can you imagine being from a nation that has never needed anyone else to get shit done? I mean, America wouldn't be built without people who look like us.
Woo!
Fact.
I mean, truth
That is a
bombs, truth
fact.
bombs out there, ladies and gents.
I mean, so to imagine that no one had to suffer, your country, people have always been on the level. I wouldn't want to mess with the rest of the world either. Be like, nah, y'all all fucked up.
Yeah,
Right.
y'all keep that shit over there.
You know, ratchet ass planet.
Act like you got some class, world.
No.
Yeah.
But then let's
put
forward.
the mountains back up, bro. We don't need them on where we at.
Let's fast forward to the introduction of the Atlanteans, right? So they roll up, you know, people, America doing what America does. I think we found some shit. Let's go harvest
dig it up.
And we be that country that have it. But they were not fucking around. They like, get off our lawn. And I respect
From
that.
the go.
That.
There was no warning, just we're done.
Yep, they sent them divers down there, and they're like, bro, I think I saw like a huge ass fucking octopus thing down here. Where's your homeboy at? I don't see his life. He was right.
Jeff?
Oh,
nope. Wait. So we're watching this scene, and as the divers go down in this deep ass soundless water, I hear Jen next to me going, nope, just nope. Like, she don't even know what's about to happen next. But the fact that we're gonna send people miles down into some deep ass water to search for, nope.
Hey, y'all go down there and check to make sure that's really vibranium. Be like, we got a whole machine down there that told us it was. Yeah,
believe the machine.
Go down there. Just go down there and see. Because me already, like, I know I can't scuba dive. Like, the thought of actually taking a full breath underwater. I know we have the technology to do it, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not supposed to. Like, humans is not.
Look,
no, we ain't supposed to be doing this.
I can scuba, but if you have to put me in a suit like coffin to get me down there, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like when you're like, oh, you won't just drown.
You want me to go to the bottom?
It will crush you. It will physically crush you before you can drown. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
We good. We good.
But yeah, and then so a ship full of SEALs or whatnot. I appreciate the fact that the tactics they use. Let's send the sirens up there, use
Clear
their
the way.
sonic things, get most of these cats out of here, and then we will assault this ship. You know, it was they got vibranium. They don't have like the modern, I guess, version of it, like how Wakanda has the ships and all that stuff.
Right.
They're still traditional Aztec kind of warriors, but given the powers they have from ingestion, actual vibranium and adapting to all that stuff, they jumped up there and wrecked fucking shop immediately. To the point where these cats, I mean, she was first of all, I don't know what pistol she had, but it had like the unlimited ammo cheat.
Infinite clips.
Contra code. She had a contra code on that gun.
I'm giving you at least 13 rounds. I'm giving you 13 rounds.
She had that turbo controller.
just fucking sleight of hand perk from more. But I love the fact that they thought they got away. And you know, like they take off in a helicopter, they look at each other like, call them.
Now,
call them.
I have a few questions about that scene. Although when old boy got pinned to a steel wall on a tanker by a spear, I don't blame her. Like, she didn't check to see if anyone else was alive. She's like, out.
Nah, fuck them. This is survival.
We're not ready for this.
But my thing is, okay, so she was on the radio that whole time. How did none of that get to us? Now, we noted that the Atlanteans, or was it Telecon, the people of Telecon, they don't use modern tech. So how did they scramble any signal? Because she was on the radio talking about it's not Wakandans.
I don't know. Or
I had questions there.
Or maybe she said that, and certain people were just like, we're not going to let that out because we want the world to be mad at Wakanda. You know, like the whole we're going to our advantage, you know, the government being government type stuff.
True.
But yeah, they thought they was going to get back to the States and tell their story, and Namor was
clear.
Just like, let me go ahead and sling this motherfucker. Get my hammer toss. He was like, we're getting pulled back. And he was like, yo. I was like, yep, that's the guy.
Underrated moment.
What's that?
Like, at first, they didn't even fight. They just started singing. And motherfuckers was just walking off the ship.
Yep.
I was like, oh, they doing this? This is what they're doing?
And I love that part because it's like, you know, old sailor tales, the harpies will come up and the sirens will sing that and hypnotize sailors, and they'll do that stuff. So the fact that they kind of put that or integrated that into Talacon's tactics, because they used it again later in the movie, and we'll get to that. But I thought that was pretty dope.
That shit was fire. It came out that bitch like boom, 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 boom.
See you at the crossroads.
Oh man. But then we get our first kind of glimpse at what's the general's name? It's escaping my mind.
Okoye?
No,
which general?
On the Telecon side.
Atuma.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. And before this movie, I went in because I wasn't real knowledgeable on the Telecon, but then I did some research on them, and this motherfucker is the truth, apparently. In the comics world, him and Namor are kind of butting heads and stuff. But here he is still serving under Namor. So like when he showed up, I was just like, oh shit, y'all fucked up now. Y'all done fucked up. Like, if y'all knew how strong this dude was in the comic verse, I don't know if they nerfed him in the MCU or if they're gonna establish how real powerful he is. And I think you get a glimpse of that when him and Okoye kind of fight later on in the movie.
Well, I feel you definitely did on that level.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the Telecon. They show up, so we're like, Here's the new threat. Here's the threat to Wakanda at this point. Fast forward, Ramonda's trying to help Shuri get out of her funk. Obviously, she still has not fully mourned or got over the fact that T'Challa's gone and the whole ceremony of burning the mourning clothes. Shuri didn't want to do it, and her reason for doing that is she is very upset at the world. Which at that time I'm thinking like, is she mad because he got this illness from an outside nation or something? Because like for her to be that mad at the entire world, I get it. Like you're probably mad at whatever deity for taking your brother, but I was like trying to understand like why is she mad at everybody else? You know, to the point where she's like, I this won't be the only thing burning. It'll be.
I'm gonna burn the world.
I looked at it as youth. Like I mean, her character is still considerably young in comparison to everybody else. And, clearly and as we see through the movie, she is more on the tech side. She doesn't believe in the ancestors, that they still are around, or that any of the things that for modern world is myth and religion. She doesn't follow that. So she doesn't believe that like grief can just be let go of by like listening to the wind. And I mean, I feel like that scene, they could have done a little bit more exposition to kind of give you that feeling. I mean, as you go through the movie, you figure it out. But in that scene, I was kind of wondering too, like, why is she mad at everything, over his death?
Yeah.
Yeah. And and the way I kind of saw it was like she knew her brother was trying to open them up to the world, and ultimately I think she feels like that may have played a part in him dying ultimately. So she's mad at that. Right. Yeah. She's mad at that.
But then that's when the elephants start wilding out like that startled me at first because it was a very quiet scene and stuff. Yeah. The elephant was like, I'm fucking out of here. I'm just like, oh shit. Then they grab the spear and they get in their position, and Namor comes out the water, floats over to the land, and he's in awe. And we were talking about this before the show. He's in awe and he's kind of upset because he's like, I've heard tales about this place. Water's pure, air's crisp, all of this stuff. Like, a country that doesn't have to run, like it doesn't have to be on the go. It doesn't have to move. They never had to move from their homeland or anything. Why would you tell people about vibranium? Like he just went right into it. Like, why everything is perfect here?
Can't y'all keep a secret?
What did y'all do that for? And at first I'm just like, damn, off like don't even beat around the bush, okay? But once you hear his backstory, you understand, like, y'all don't understand how good y'all had it. Like, just let the world deal with its own shit. Keep to yourself, like we were trying to do. But now they in our yard digging up for fucking vibranium, and we don't want that shit,
And now something I didn't think about till the second time I watched the film. How different would this movie be if Chadwick was still alive? Because he would have been the one talk to Namor about why he opened up Wakanda to the world.
Right.
Like no one else was part of that really that part of the decision when he went to the UN and told the world Wakanda that he wants to change the world. How different would that movie have been with the clashing of ideals?
It would have been.
This would have been fire. It would have been fire.
Another version of Professor X and Magneto at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On a different level.
Chadwick would have been, I think, him working with his character evolution and Civil War had like it put him in a different mindset than the rest of Wakanda, right? Wakanda was just like, bro, they killed our king. Chadwick dealing with Zemo saw how vengeance consumed Zemo, and was just like, yeah, this ain't cool. Like this is not a good mindset for us to be in. And Wakanda ain't about that, because Wakanda's just like, oh, they fuck with us. Now they got to
gotta get that leg back.
So he came back, and I think the 6 years I think the movie said his reign was like for 6 years or whatnot. He kind of instilled that mindset into him. So they were kind of like, all right, we'll help out when we can. We ain't gonna go overboard with shit. So yeah, him talking to Namor, I don't know how that would have went. I think Namor's backstory when he gets to it, it's hard to not be like, bro, like he's mad and he has a legit reason to be mad. So you talk in the sense he hasn't had your experience, he just knows what he knows, and he is legit allowed to be mad. I ain't gonna hold you, just like Killmonger. Killmonger, bro. He
Right.
He's super extreme, but he ain't too crazy.
He had a plan.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I was like, I get where you're going, but morally I have to be against it. But I get it. I get it.
That's how I felt.
Right.
Like, bro.
Right.
Like if there was a real life Wakanda and they over here watching, black people get killed for no reason, over and over, and y'all ain't coming out here to help us. Facts. And then to find out, like you said, Nick, in the first one, we find out they do have sleeper cells here. Kind of watch what's going on. And I'm just like, bro, y'all just cool with this shit. Okay. Killmonger was just like, nah, fuck all that. We sending them all over the place, bro. We taking over the world. And I'm just like,
we liberating.
It's horrible, but I fucks with it a little bit.
But it's kind of hard not to fuck with your plan, bro. Like I get it. I get it
a little bit.
Look, we all split in the cell with Wakabe. I thought the revolution was happening.
I would have turned up too until Black Panther shows up and the Dora Milaje pointing spears at you. Like, yeah, I was wild.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I was wilding out. I was mad though. Y'all gotta understand how mad I was.
Yeah. I'm allowed to be mad, right?
You're right.
Oh man.
But to that point, like I think that worked in Shuri's favor.
Oh yeah.
How she was the one talking to Namor because she's where Chadwick was in Civil War, in a sense, where he had just lost a family member. He's angry, and all he knows is like, I have to get revenge for a lost loved one, and she's on that same wavelength. And Namor sees that and like, all right, we on the same page. Let's go to work. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, he provides that ultimatum, like, your allies, your homeboy, the American, one of his people made this shit. So bring that person to us. We'll off them and shit's cool. Yeah. It's cool. Which means, hit me up on the shell. And,
blow this in the wind. And I'm coming. You know what I mean?
I'm out of you stay here, you stay where we at. And shit goes back to what it was. Fast forward to when they meet with the elders across all the tribes.
Wait, one thing.
Okay.
When they turned to the left and saw that he left them, that the telecon left that machine right there and nobody heard it.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all snuck up on Wakandans in their homeland?
They were just like, the waterways, huh? He must have swam 100 kilometers to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he did, but so like all the elders are meeting, and shout out M'Baku. He shows up eating his carrot. Him and Okoye get into it a little bit, but like all the elders, like he was the only one talking like he made sense, and I like that about it because it goes from him being the kind of quote unquote meathead from the first one to actually evolving as a leader and not rushing into action and being like, so if we do this, what's to stop them from having us do some other shit? And again, then we're like their hired hand, or they'll just keep coming back and be like, do this or we're gonna do this, do this or we're gonna do that type stuff. But then
I
of
just love
course,
they called him Fishman.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then obviously the queen tells Okoye to go and, go get the scientist, bring her back or whatnot. They take Shuri. So then we meet Riri Williams, aka Ironheart. And
From the Shy.
yes. 100%. So first of all, let me just get into it. No, we'll get into it later. But it's an amazing thing, the casting for Riri. What was you guys' initial impression of the actress who was playing Riri? Let me
So,
get her name.
Dominic Thorne.
Yes. Yay, nay, love the portrayal.
Loved it. I think she nailed it. In fact, I like her better MCU version than the comic. The comic one isn't bad, but I think she gave the character life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different seeing it on paper in the books and then seeing it acted out. I think she did a great job. I love the and this is just me. Black girl magic, bro. The
Yes.
genius level. Because in the comics, she's 15 at MIT. Here, I
Yeah.
think it said she was what, 17, 18 or something like that.
I think she was like somewhere close to 19, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So but to be on that level of genius, Tony Stark level, and it's sad that we're not going to get to see the interaction between Tony and her like we did in the comics.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I love that they didn't just make her like a stereotype nerd. Like suddenly when black folks are smart, we either have to be Urkel or just like some caricature. And she was like a real person. Like they never let you forget how smart she was, but at the same time, she was like, I'm hood. when she pulled out, when she started to throw a humidifier at them, I was like, see, yeah.
Yeah. And I like that dynamic that Okoye just jumped in. Like she tried to escape out the bathroom. She's like, oh, let me just hit the bathroom up real quick. And she was like, oh, and she comes out. And I love how like she's just in like her war outfit with a blazer on. Like this is disguise.
Low key.
Like, I could blend in.
Like
Shuri was just like, shit.
Look, I love it. After the first movie, she's like, I will never wear a wig again.
Yeah.
And did
she stayed true to her word. She was like, I'm out here. And they go to the garage or whatnot to let her get her stuff before they take her. And that's where we first see her prototype of her Iron Man suit. Then we get our first kind of real big action scene outside of the Atlanteans attacking the ship. The motorcycle, the car. When Okoye takes control of the car, threatens the AI, and she's like, the car, throws that spear out the back, flips the police car, and they on their way. I was like, here we go. And to see Riri use her smarts with the suit to project the arc and the angle she needs to take this shot to go shoot this drone that's following them. Like all of that shit was coming together. I'm just like, let's fucking go.
Look, and I enjoyed that scene was like, to me, it was an homage of first the car chase in Korea in the first movie.
Yeah.
And then with her flying that suit up, that was because I just recently rewatched the first Iron Man movie. And when he takes the suit up to do that altitude test, and it freezes up and he goes down, I was like, all right, I see y'all throwing in those subtle homages. I like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
But then of course we know they're trying to make the getaway on the bridge. Riri with her smarts shoots the drone at an angle where the drone comes down and takes out the fucking the little brigade they had on the bridge or whatnot. Perfect. I'm just like, the getaway is complete. And then yank.
No, it ain't.
And they end up getting caught up too. So they get in their wreck and they get up, and bro, just the visual of the Talocon jumping off the back of whales onto the bridge.
Goddamn whales.
A orca on this side and a humpback on this side, and they just jump off of it and land on the bridge like, what up? We here.
And they just rolled
We
out
here.
like we don't use G wagons. Like
Yeah.
just rolled up.
Yeah, we stopped at SeaWorld real quick, grab this motherfucker, come fuck
We
y'all.
came-
Let's-
we
what's
came-
up?
We came up on the big bodies.
Yeah.
Willie's revenge. He's
Yeah,
like, I got
when
something for
Willie
y'all.
jumped
I
over
got
that
my
wall, we
people."
took his ass.
Left that little kid and came right home. He know where he's supposed to be at.
Y'all got
Willie was never free.
Yeah. He's like, Wakanda got war rhinos. We got fucking whales.
So then that rolls into probably one of the best action sequences of that movie. Okoye, like, finally I get to fuck some shit up. Like, you get her, protect Riri, I'll take care of these motherfuckers here. And that's the first time both of those nations meet a near peer threat. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was just they didn't know how dangerous each one was. They were looking at Okoye like, you know, we eat shit like you for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Like, we took out the whole Navy SEAL team, you know, just the other day. We good. We could take care of her. Bro, when she was giving them the business, the theater was wilding the fuck out, bro. Like, after she killed, quote unquote, killed the third one and looked at fucking the general, and the theater was just like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
You know what? That took me back to way back in the day when the first Mortal Kombat dropped and Scorpion was fighting Johnny Cage and started kicking him on the ground. I was in Chicago at the time. Everybody lost their shit. Like, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Hell
This reminded me of that because, like,
yeah.
So for the premiere, it was still silent. But when I went and saw it over there, it was like, yeah, because Okoye brought it.
Yeah. Even my wife was like, kick his ass. Kick his ass.
When she shanked all of them, I was just like, Wakanda verse like, I need to make a fucking shirt. I need to find the shirt. Wakanda verse. Who won it? Who want the smoke? Because Okoye gonna bring the smoke.
And then on top of that, the comparison, the two cops are over there like, hey, is that person blue? Spear.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
I like how they hesitated because he was blue. But if he was black, he probably would have got shot right off the bat.
If Okoye had been walking up to them with his
you got to look at the color chart like, blue ain't on here. Can we actually?
One of James Cameron's guys.
Do we just put them on the Caucasian list?
Yeah. Blue eyes matter, right?
Y'all got straight hair, right? Y'all got good hair, right? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wearing the Blue Lives Matter patch on my uniform. I just can't shoot the blue person, right?
That'll be trouble. Yeah. We'll have to answer for this one.
Then her and the general start fighting. In that fight, I was just like, uh-oh.
But my thing is, Atuma tells them, hey, get up, go help her. I was like, get up?
And they just get up and jump down the street? Yeah. Okay.
Immediately. My nigga done went, this is not a good scenario. You need to run, Okoye. You just killed them and they got the fuck back up.
Yep.
Fuck out of Dodge.
You need backup. I know you tough, but you need backup. But
Baby,
yeah, I think she was giving it to him in the business. He had to use that water bomb that was apparently the most deadliest, dangerous motherfucking explosive in the world. Because every time they use that shit, I'm just like, somebody's getting
over. like when you compress water, it's over.
Yeah.
Yep. So she gets blasted off. Riri and Shuri get taken back. Well, Shuri is just like, you can't kill her. Just take us both. Let me try and be diplomatic about this shit as the princess of Wakanda. That leads to one of the most emotional scenes of the movie. Okoye goes back. She meets with the elders and with the queen.
Oh, Lord.
Debriefs them on everything. You know what I'm saying? Debriefs them. I know how crazy the shit sounds to the elders. I know how crazy it sounds. I know Ramonda's just like, I lost my son. My daughter's kidnapped by the enemy. I trusted you, and you let me down. But at the same time, I'm just like,
Queen, you gotta understand.
Right. Queen.
Yeah. You got to understand, I killed 4 of
They
them.
rolled up on whales.
Just 4 deep on a whale.
I stabbed 3 of them in the heart with this vibranium spear that I have killed many people with. They got up and ran away. Listen to what I'm telling you, Queen. She's like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Nah,
You
fuck
lost
that.
my kid.
You lost my kid.
You lost my kid. You gotta go. You know,
Wait. My favorite.
Go ahead.
What killed me was, so at first we were all with Okoye because they're like, man, you can't control what happened. That was crazy. But Ramon's like, no, this ain't the first incident.
Yeah. I've been keeping notes.
Yeah, my husband's dead. You can go visit yours in prison. You got conjugal visits. I got nothing. I was like, oh, and what happened when my nephew took over? Y'all didn't stand by me. I had to sneak out of my own country. I was like, oh, this is not a good look.
Yeah, this is heavy. This is heavy stuff right now.
She's like, you've lost everything. You're like, you've lost everything. Hold up.
Yep. And she was like, bro, this is all I've known is the door of my life. Like, this is my life. This is what I do. Not anymore. Get out of here. That scene hurt me because I could see the pain in Okoye because she was like, this is what I've built my life on, to be dependable, to be the protector of the royal family, to be the general of this elite fighting force. And now it's taken from me. And she did everything she could to protect the princess. And this was her reward. Like, it wasn't enough because she's gone. So I get both sides. And that's the fucked up part. Like, I saw the actual battle Okoye was in, but I can fully understand Ramonda's point. Like,
I mean, and Ramonda told her, she's like, you can't take my daughter out there. And she's like, no, it's good. She's safe. I was like,
I got her. She cool. You did say that though.
Is it really?
You did tell her you got her though.
Yeah. Is it really safe out there?
It's just like, no lie, Queen. Just hear me out. Linda, listen. Linda, listen.
Yeah. What had happened was
that's how that could have went.
Yeah.
We chilling. We about to make a getaway. Bam. Shamu jump up. 3 blue people jump off. I look over on this side. The Pack Life mascot, Humpback Whale, jumps up. 3 more motherfuckers jump off. And they fight with vibranium level shit.
Oh, yeah. It was crazy. You had to be there. Like, you really had to be there to understand what
they're
I'm
listening.
about.
Like, Are you finished? Are you done? Because you're fired.
Yeah.
Are you done? You got it all out your system? Yeah.
Look, I was like, Ramonda, at least give her a hug.
Yeah, you know.
Ain't no hugs.
It's not personal. This is a business decision.
Yeah.
We can still be friends, but you just can't have this job.
Ain't no hugs. Ain't no hugs.
You ain't getting no pension.
Yeah. I am queen with no dick or kids to replace me. Get the fuck out. The fuck out. Get the fuck out.
So then we move. So Shuri's captured. Her and Riri. They're in I guess just outside of Talakon.
The staging area.
Yeah, the terminal, I guess, before you get to Talakon. But so there, they come and they give her the royal robes, and then she finally meets Namor, who then gives his backstory. Again, very well done with how they wrote. I don't want to call him a villain in this one, but his backstory,
antagonist.
Yes, his backstory.
Yeah.
Gives the audience, well, it gave me reason to believe like this motherfucker just isn't a bad guy. He just doesn't have the full picture that everybody else has,
And
yeah,
to speak on it, the backstory they gave Namor for this to bring him in, like I was iffy going into it with like I have Submariner comics. I'm really familiar with the character, and I was like, how are they going to work this out? Is this going to be one of the times that Marvel kind of fails us on a character change? Because that's a significant change to him.
Yes.
But they nailed it.
Yeah, they did. They did.
And I feel like a part of that is because Aquaman came out and they saw how his origin was. You know, the queen of Atlantis came and found a mortal. They had a kid and became this powerful thing. And I'm just like, they don't want to redo kind of like DC's introduction.
And have another Atlantis.
Yes. And I felt like that was a very smart move.
It
On
was.
their
It
part.
was.
And
The
to give
backstory
him,
was excellent.
yeah, to give him that I know how he got his name in the movie. A lot of people were complaining, like, dude, it's not like I fucks with how he adopted that. Like, is that what y'all want me to be? Because I'll be that. You know, I come
My
up here
enemies
to
call
bury,
me the
I
North.
come up here to bury my mom, and y'all slaving my people up here, whipping them. Like I just came out the cornfields. Y'all whipping motherfuckers in chains and shit. Like I'm 8. And he and instinctively, first time seeing some shit like that, he's like, this ain't right. Fuck him up. You know, and his people's like, let's fuck him up.
Yeah, I guess we fucking them up.
This is not what
he's
I'm
like,
top 5 for.
nope, now I gotta fuck y'all up because I know this ain't right. And he kills him, and that
Yeah.
priest is just gives him that name, you know, child without love. So he's just like, I'll be that, you know, and from there, that point forward, that's what my enemies call me out here.
Random fact. I was reading an interview that talks about this very scene and the calling him Namor and how a lot of people were complaining about it. And someone from that area, they're Mayan actually, they were like, so you know how they refer to this area as the Yucatan Peninsula? Well, that happened because the Spaniards showed up and they were trying to talk to the natives, and the natives, I think it was like Yucatan means I don't understand you. So the Spaniards are like, so where are we? And the Mayans are like, Yucatan, because they're saying, I don't understand you. And oh, we're in the Yucatan. Okay.
That sounds very European.
You know, that whole Namor thing, I was like, nope, that's even more fitting now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. And then so then, you know, Shuri being the diplomat she is, you know, he's like, bro, we got to kill this scientist. She's like, nah. You know, like let me learn more about your people. And so then that's when we see the first me and Mac were talking about this before. When you get the first visual of Talokan, very beautiful, like very well built, detailed. The music that was playing, because I went back and listened to the soundtrack after watching the movie, and a lot more of those songs and those pieces hit harder because you got something to relate them to. You look at that and you're just like, you understand why he's fighting for what he's fighting for. You understand now his motive, like, I don't want people to come and take this land we have down here like they took our land up there. And I will do everything I can to stop people from doing that by any means. A Malcolm X type mindset, any means.
And the fact that he's been around long enough to have actually seen it, like Killmonger tells, you know, Wakanda about, you know, slavery and everything that happened to people in the U.S., but none of them were alive to ever see that. Right. Namor has literally lived through watching people enslaved and kept his people separate from it.
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. Doing everything he can to protect his people. Like he has seen kids grow up and pass away and everything, man. Like you could tell he literally cares for his people like a father almost. And it's relevant in the part where Nkoye comes in and saves Zuri and shoots the one person there, and you could tell like he's just like, my child, like what is, you know. And so bro, that I'm just like, fuck, man. Like it's hard to want him to lose, but you don't want him to win. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell that his people are important. I mean, him when she goes, "Can you save me?" and like him going, "No."
Yeah.
And I mean, it was hard to pick an enemy. At least it was until a certain point in the film, and then I was like, "All right, I love y'all, but this is not cool.
You got to go."
Yeah. Because for a long time in that movie, I'm like, I have this mindset like the bad guy is just dependent on the point of view that you're seeing it from. Mm-hmm. Because Shuri could easily be a bad guy for a portion of this film
Mhm.
because of her motive. And Namor can easily be a good guy because of his motive. And it just depended on how you were seeing it. And then eventually one of them would have to cross a line.
Mhm.
And it was just, I love that parallel of how they had it. Like whoever you look at in this film could be either a good guy or a bad guy. But
Right.
eventually a line will have to be crossed, and somebody's either good or bad depending on who crosses that line.
Right. I don't want to graze over the fact that so the queen goes to Haiti, and I'm just like, what is she doing over here? Like watching the movie, like, fuck is over here. Then they cut to that one scene, and I'm just like,
why my teachers ain't look like this in school?
First off, props to the cameraman because
on
he
the
cut.
beach?
Yeah, props to that cameraman.
And
You did us all. You did us a solid, my brother.
And I think
Thank
low key, like it reminded me of how deadly Nakoya is. Like you see Lupita on screen, you're like, oh man, she's teaching these kids. She gave up the life, all of that stuff. But when she was like, you have infiltrated countries in and out, nobody even knew you were there. I need you to do it again. And I'm just like, bro, this ain't the Congo. Like this is
It's
these people,
underwater.
these people got some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you heard of Koye. They roll up on whales and do some shit, bro. Like it ain't like in and out type stuff. And she was still able to do that and save Shuri, you know. And unfortunately, you know, kill the young lady down there, which pushes Namor over the edge. And you can start kind of seeing, and this is just me looking at it, like his top military advisors and stuff start leaning more on him to be more active as going for it. Like,
Right.
we're up there talking to that queen, they down here killing our people, huh? That's what it's about. That's the kind of person you are. And he's like, now I gotta go fuck some shit up, you know, like
Right.
So you know, it kind of egged him on.
I did enjoy that they took a moment out to show what Nakia does. Like in the first film, you saw her like in the back of the truck, and you know, but you didn't get to see her to see her like she put on her little schoolgirl outfit and went and talked to that old lady about seeing the man in the water, and then
Shout
was
out
like,
to her
all right,
for being such a fucking covert op. She speaks so many languages. I was just like, this is making you more attractive to me. The fact that you could just wherever we go, like
On a
in my
dime.
fantasy world, we could travel the world and you just be the translator for everything. I'm just,
Yeah, on a dime. You can speak it on a dime.
And then when
Let's
she
go.
was speaking the Spanish, and that lady was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want these problems. And then she started speaking in Telecom.
Mayan.
She was, oh shit. Girl, come in here. Let me tell you what I saw. So that part, I was just like, bro, she is really about this, bro. I one person, like, I'll go in, come out, like I have toppled nations. She was like, you have toppled nations and dictatorships from your covert shit. I need you to do it one more time for you, girl. And she did, and which led to the first attack on Wakanda, which, damn, Wakanda was just, and this is a complaint that some of the cats in Saturday Night Nerds had, was like, why did they make Wakanda look so weak? They was just getting pushed over by this nation. And I'm just, this is the first time Wakanda has ever been attacked or been in a fight by somebody with technology on par with theirs, you know, and like, with abilities that aren't more, they're human. Fighting mutants. They're fighting mutants. Like, yo, these people just be underwater like this. Like, we can't build walls around the ocean to protect us. Like, these motherfuckers gonna get in here
one way or another. Yeah.
And they tried. They were like, we'll watch the waterways, we'll put all this stuff up, and you still can't stop them from showing up, you know?
And they aren't regular humans. It's not like, you know, everybody ain't a Koye living in Wakanda. They can't all fight on her level.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you got regular citizens in there. Like, they had the,
like, did you see Namor just casually stroll up there in the beginning? Like, he came in there like he was looking for food in the fridge, bro. Like, he just came out the water like, hey man, By the way,
Right.
And they're just
You know what I
yanking,
mean? Like,
they're yanking people out of boats like it was nothing. Just pop up, got you.
Yep.
did you not see the Bone Thugs choir? They had just walking people to their death, bro. Like these people are dangerous.
Just
Yeah.
just took out your whole relief effort. Just walked them all off the side.
That
And the
initial
fight with
attack,
Okoye and the general, like, bro, like
none of them were
that
there for that shit. So like they just hear it. They like it. It's hard to imagine like real life because it's almost I almost put it on par with like being stationed in Korea. Like the generation that's there now didn't understand the war and all the shit that it took to get that country to where it's at. Like they don't understand this shit. Like you'll talk to the old heads and you can tell like they're aware of what the fuck's going on. So like the civilian side of Wakanda, they're just like, bro, this is all we've known, just peace. Nobody has fucked with us. Nobody has come to
Yeah.
our land to fuck with us outside of Thanos and his crew, but they're gone. So nobody in their right mind would fuck with us, right? And then here comes
Right.
another nation who ingested vibranium and and they're just like, bro, we were not ready for this shit. You could tell they were just destroying Wakanda, like bombs all over the place. And shout out to whoever was in charge of just putting Namor on film and showing
Yes.
his combat ability. Because when you just look at a picture of him before watching the movie, who's this dude with Spock ears, the swim trunks, and these Icarus,
In his hoochie daddy shorts.
yeah, and these Icarus type wings on his ankles. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, you're used to seeing these Thanos type level dudes and power. Like, bro, when they was trying to shoot him and he was juking these fucking lasers and shit,
Just ice skating.
fucking the quickness he had, the power, the years of experience in battle. Like he's just looking at shit and he can probably already analyze how I'm gonna take this shit out,
Well, I
he,
mean,
Very smart.
he laid waste to numerous ships. And he was beelining it for the queen. He's like, I know where she's at. I'm
he
on
had
my
a
way.
plan.
Yeah.
And my
They-
man was underwater watching the ships, like, okay, I see your patterns. I
Yep.
got you.
Jumped out, fucked that shit up. But the plan to pull their military to do more of a humanitarian aid to try to help out the civilians to pull the defenses away from the tower. And that's what they did. They're like, boom, the tower's left defenseless. It's all on you now. Bro, when he rolls up and he sees the queen, you can tell he's just like, I
Gotta
have
do
to
it.
end you. I have
Yeah.
to end
Yeah.
you.
I said what I would do.
right.
I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word. Look,
he was
I
trying to
gave y'all
stab that
plenty
thing
of
with his-
opportunity.
He was trying to stab it with his spear. He's like, I'll be right back.
Did anybody think? Did anybody think that M'Baku was about to die when he got
Yes.
punched?
Bro.
Yes.
I held my breath. I was like, no.
And it was the slickness of which he did it too. Because he was like, I know you coming. Like, yeah.
And then Falcon punch.
Yeah.
Falcon punch. Just-
The block like this over the shoulder, I'm just like,
yes.
don't flex on him like that, Namor. You ain't gotta do it like that. The block
Broke his
like
Jabari staff.
and then the turnaround, bro. When they slowed motion that shit, I was just like, I'm trying to see, like, is his hand inside of his chest?
Mhm.
Right.
I hope it is not, because, bro, y'all trying to make me cry again.
Because
M'Baku is my dude.
the battle on the bridge, I wasn't sure Okoye was going to survive at first. I'm like, how many people are they going to take from me in
Me
this
too.
film?
Me
Bro.
too.
Ooh. Ooh. Now, a part of me, I was just like, a rational side of me, she can't go because they hinted toward the Midnight Angels. She
Yep.
has to be around for that. But at the way the film was going, I'm like, I don't know if she gonna make it, dog. I don't know if she gonna make it, dog.
And,
But,
and then I was like, okay, so she survived. I was like, oh no, don't tell him it's going to be M'Baku. Don't tell him it's going to be M'Baku. And when he looked up, like, whew, I was like, all right, we good.
Now,
But
let
I
me
know
ask
that
you
shit
this.
hurt.
Did you guys think? Did you think Ramonda was gonna die?
No.
No.
That was not on my list. That was not on
No.
my fucking list.
How dare you, Ryan?
Like
When you see
when
Ryan
that thing
again,
exploded and you see both of them like just getting launched, I was like, no, 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 no.
bro, like they put the beads on it. I'm just like, all right, the beads will save everybody. We good.
Yeah,
They got in there just in time. They got Riri back, and I'm just like, now it's your turn, Queen. Now it's your turn. Now, all right,
Get up, come on, come on,
all
get
right
up.
now.
come on now, come on.
Namor was
Any
just like,
second.
hey,
Wakey,
hold up.
wakey.
Namor was just like, yeah, so your brother's gone, your mom's gone. I'm gonna be back in a week. Let me know if you still on
Yeah.
Team Burn the World or not. And if not, we fucking the rest of this shit up.
Yo, why he say bury your dead, mourn your losses, hit me back up?
Yeah.
Coldest line. I'd put that up there with Thanos chilling on that fucking rock, waiting for them guys to go fight him.
Hell yeah. Hell
Skipping
yeah.
rocks and shit. And he's just like, you couldn't live with your failure. Where'd that leave you? Back to me. I'm just like, no. Namor is up there with that line. He's just like,
Yeah.
your brother's gone, just killed your mom, bury your dead, mourn your loss, and I'm gonna give you about a week to do that.
Yeah, you got about a week.
Like, and I'm taking
Black funerals
everybody.
take a week to do, bro. Like, you got to give me at least 3, man. Come on now.
We just had one last week.
Yeah, I got to call the family. They got to come from Cali. Like, I can't just be doing all this shit, right? You got a week, motherfucker.
We got to fish dead black folk out the river. Like,
bro, it's not that easy, man. Like, I don't know what y'all do in Telecon, but up here it's a holy
yeah,
man.
we can, yeah. We can't just feed them to the wells. What the fuck do you think we doing out here?
Man. So then another funeral happens, and this is when you start to see M'Baku kind of take that
step up
big brother role to Shuri, At first he's like the only leader that's really trying to do stuff. He's talking to her like, bro, these other nations are like, yo, let's go chill with the Jabari up in the mountains because we don't know if Wakanda is ready for this shit, which leads her to kind of find herself, talk to Riri for a bit. And I'm trying to think, what was it that got her out of that funk to be like let's get ready for this war. Let me get in here. And first of all, Namor really fucked himself up giving her that bracelet that helped her recreate the heart-shaped herb. But
here's the message. Dudes are we are our own downfall when it comes to women.
My mom had this. I want you to have it. Like, bro, you just met her. What's I don't know if it was a peace offering because you were still on the same, like, here, I want you to have this. We're still gonna kill the scientists. Like, it wasn't a peace offering. It wasn't a you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like,
it was it feel better. We're gonna do this. I feel better about it.
Yeah. Here's a token of my respect. Here's
a parting gift.
Yeah.
So, we're still gonna wage war on the surface world. But,
beautiful, elegant, just like you. She's gonna kill you with this motherfucker. You know that, right?
After I kill you, I'm gonna take it back. So
yeah.
But then here's the part where, bro, I and me and Black talked about this. So when that scene when she walks in the lab and she tells the AI, yo, heads up, I want you to try some shit. Hey, Riri, go with them. They're gonna show you the design that I came up with, and you're gonna start building that shit and all of this other stuff. And you can start see her get her little confidence back. Start showing Okoye the midnight. She's like, I'm all the country got. I'm not gonna let them down.
Right.
The song that started playing for that montage. That was
soon as the string
before the movie came out. Me and Black were listening to the soundtrack. He was like, bro, this track alone by Burna Boy, this shit does something to me. And I was like, let me go back in. Because I listened to it and I just, I was at work listening to it. But then I sat and listened to it and I was just like, boy, if they play this song at the right time in this movie, I know I'm going to lose it. And here we are, probably about an hour change into it. I haven't heard nothing. Most of the songs they're playing, probably about 2 or 3 of them from the soundtrack I recognize. The fucking opening strings, like Black said, started playing and I'm just like, it's that song.
They about to do some shit.
That song. That song mixed in with both Shuri and Riri, black women, genius level intellect, being great. I was like, bro, this is a movement right here. Like this,
Yeah.
it may not be to everybody, but I'm just like, shout out to Marvel for not giving a fuck because people, oh, the woke thing, they're just doing it. They're black, they're women. Like, I don't give a fuck why they're doing it. It's happening, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking here
This
for it.
This film alone spoke a lot of not black women in general empowerment. Like it spoke a lot of empowerment. But that scene there was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome because you have two geniuses at work to save a nation. You know what I mean? Like that was powerful, and they're putting in mad hours just constructing whatever they could think of, like being creative, and it was powerful, very powerful.
And then towards the end, when the song starts fading out, and she asked, "What's the level of confidence in this print?" He was like 98%. I was just like,
"Oh, we back.
Let's do this shit.
We back."
She put that little beat in there, and then this shit turned all green. I was just like, because it just brought me back to the first part where like it was all red and a little bit of green. And bro, when he was just like 98%, I'm just like, where the fuck was this shit at when T'Challa was in? But anyway, let's move forward.
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, little thing. Y'all know who the voice of that AI is, right?
Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
Yep. I did not know that until looking at the credits. I was just like, look at fucking Trevor Noah. Look at this shit. All right.
And
get that Marvel
that was him
money,
in the first
Trevor.
one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. But I love that they use that to bring like Nakia and her back together.
Yep.
Like, you know, they didn't have time to do a why'd you leave? It's just we got to take care of Wakanda.
Yeah.
She's like, I may have left, but I'm still Wakandan.
Right. And the fact that, like you talked about earlier, Shuri is more of the millennial of Wakanda. Like I'm off the ancestors, I'm off tradition and stuff to an extent. Like because Nicoya was just like, you got to do the ritual to take this herb. Like you just can't put it in the cup, take a shot, and be on your way.
Right.
Like you got to go through this.
You got to go to the plane.
We can't set it all up, but we can do something here.
Yeah.
So here's the part where I don't want to brag, but I'm just like, everybody was on, like when Michael B. Jordan was on that carpet, they're just like, what the fuck is he wearing? And I'm just like, y'all aren't thinking. He was Killmonger. He's showing up to this movie. He is in this movie. At some point, I'm gonna see Killmonger in this movie. And that's what I was thinking. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell my wife or nothing. I'm just like, when she took that herb and she showed up and she saw a little bit of white in that thing, I know most people were probably thinking she was going to see her mom. A small part of me was just like, I swear to God, if she turns this corner and Chadwick is in this chair, I'm going to melt.
Low key, I was thinking that too. I was like, man, if he pre-filmed some shit, bro, I'm gonna lose my fucking brain.
Whereas I was worried that they were gonna try to piece something together, and to me, it would have taken away from the whole thing to CG or to kind of
like
patchwork him into the
like how Star Wars did Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. I can't. That deep fake, this was not the place to do that. And I'm glad they didn't. And part of me did think it was going to be her mom because I was thrown off. So, you know, Daniel Kaluuya, he wasn't at the Hollywood premiere, but he went to the other ones. And I'm sure people are like, oh, well, I guess he's going to be in the movie. And once again, can't talk about it. 2 weeks left. And Michael B. Jordan, I was like, yeah, he was at the premiere. And I was hoping like no one was going to say, was he in the movie? Because I was like, I need y'all to see that and be shocked.
I didn't want to bring that up because I was just like, but he did. I mean, and a part of me, like, this is why, because I'm just like, you can see anybody who is related to you in that field.
Mhm.
He was like a distant cousin to her. I'm just like, bro, it's in my mind. Like she started walking around that chair, and I whispered to myself, "It's fucking Killmonger." And when he turned, and they saw it, bro. That the theater was just like, "Oh no!" Like the villain is going to turn her, and I was just like, you can't be mad at his approach. Like now you see why I was like I was, right? You know.
Yeah.
And then we were talking after Prove Me Wrong on Monday, like, bro, what if, like, weird thing, if Killmonger was still alive and he was still ruling Wakanda and he met Namor, it'd be over for the rest of the world.
Oh yeah, the world burning that day.
Killmonger been like, bro, I was trying to do this shit the whole time. Why you ain't tell me you was in the thing to make it? Come on over.
Come on, fam.
Hey, we're having a barbecue at the palace. Man. Come on, roll through. Bring your peoples.
But what did you think about that interaction between her trying to fight that side of it? Like she's already in the boat. Like Killmonger already knows, bro. You're more like me than you even know. Than you realize. No, I'm not. I'll never be. Shit.
You lying to yourself now.
Yeah.
You lie
there right now.
You can't lie to me. He's like,
he is so slick playing that role, man. Like his aura, his swag when he plays Killmonger. Like I love it, bro. I love it.
It's hard to picture Michael B. Jordan as like I don't want to say a thug, but to think of him like as a hard ass, like on the way of, oh, that dude would just pop you in your mouth. You don't look at him normally and see that. Like I see him more as like Creed, like, you know.
Yeah.
But when you see him as Killmonger, you don't doubt it. It's like that dude will punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Not me. Even then, I still saw Wallace from The Wire. He looked more like Wallace from The Wire in that scene.
That's even worse because Wallace was a good dude. He's like, man, I'm just trying to take care of my little brother and sister and shit, make sure they get to school, sell what I gotta sell to make it work. This ain't working. I'm stressed. Go stay with your grandma on the where's Wallace string? Where Wallace at string? Where Wallace at string? I was just like, oh my God, bro. Why y'all had to do Wallace like that? Shout out to you. I haven't seen The Wire. I'm sorry. Like that show's been out for like decades.
Yeah, behind it.
Yeah.
It's over here for The Wire. The only thing
that's Wallace.
But he rarely plays that kind of role. Like Friday Night Lights, I'm the black guy on the football team. Like he don't usually play that dude that will roll you. And like Killmonger, like you feel that. Like when he started talking to her and he's like, nah, your brother was too noble. And like he can make all of that sound like, oh well, he's right. T'Challa was too noble. That's like Killmonger is persuasive as fuck.
When the overall opinion is this person is bad, but that bad person starts making sense, you start questioning yourself like, fuck,
am
man,
I bad?
Yeah. Am I supposed to be agreeing with this shit? I'm not supposed to be agreeing with this shit. But she snaps out and she comes back from the plane. Obviously she's super embarrassed that she saw Killmonger and not T'Challa or her mom or her her grandfather or anything or dad. But because Nicole is just like, who'd you see?
I can't tell you this shit.
This shit didn't work right. You gave me a bad batch. Statue and that bitch flew to that wall. He's like, nah, that shit worked.
It worked. It worked a little too good.
So who'd you see? Yeah. Now that we know it worked, who'd you see, motherfucker? Even before they went to war, she was just like, hey,
still wouldn't tell her.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Who did you see? Don't worry, it's not important. We get ready to fight.
Not telling you that. Look, give me your hand. Give me your hands. Right. Who did you see? Take my hands right back.
You play too much.
But I think that's why she didn't want to tell anybody. Because, like, if you see Killmonger in the ancestral plane, that means some bad shit is coming. You know what I mean? Like,
or you on some bad shit.
They would have been against following her if they were just like, that's
if they knew she talked to Killmonger.
The advice. Real quick, let's backtrack. The entrance of her as Black Panther.
Yes.
All the elders are at the Japari land and they're talking, and the ship pulls over, they look up and they got to do the dramatic drop superhero landing. And when she landed, standing ovation in the theater.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Legit.
Everybody.
Legit. The mask comes off. She got the little, the braid back with the. I was just like, bro, this is a brand new Shuri right here. Y'all ain't ready for this shit here. The
Arm
interaction
wrestle?
between, yeah. Can y'all leave? I gotta talk to M'Baku real quick. They leave, and again, props to M'Baku for listen to what you trying to do. This dude is a god. If you've managed to kill him, do you think that's going to stop these people from waging war? They'll be even more pissed.
Yeah, you killed their god, dude.
They will be mad at us forever as long as they're around. Is this the smart thing to do? As a leader of my people, I don't want that. She was like,
I don't care.
Hear what you're saying. I'm gonna let you finish, but we're gonna go ahead and fight. And I'm gonna need you to be there.
Wait, and it wasn't even a question. She's like, "You're gonna be there."
Yep.
With bells on.
Like, I see you there.
Did you not see the way he punched me? Like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like,
you haven't been hit by him yet.
Yeah.
You got the herb. I don't. That shit hurt.
It hurt.
I had to put the
even with the herb, it's gonna hurt.
I had to use some Wakanda home remedies, but my thing is, I love how well they wrote, how eloquently they wrote M'Baku for all his like roughness. The way he said it, he's like, they don't call him general, they don't call him king, they call him Kukul Khan. He is their god. And then like, what y'all think? Because we live in the mountains, we don't read books.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Google up here too. Shit.
So obviously it leads to the final fight scene between Wakanda and Al Khan, and they hit him with that oop-de oop vibranium thing, and then they hit him with that sonic wave and all of that shit, and it's a pretty good action scene. We see Riri in her I guess her Mark 1, Mark 2 version of Ironheart. Super dope to see that shit. We see the Midnight Angels roll through and do work.
Yes.
That was also excellent.
Nakia putting in work.
Yes. It was just great all around. The plan to get him into the ship to start evaporating all the water and stuff. Again, like they had this thing planned out perfectly. And the minute I saw that motherfucker Blue Whale show up with the biggest basket of them water bombs, I'm like, that boat's gone. That boat is
But
gone.
they did a Fortnite drop with that damn well.
Wakanda came with a gigantic floating speaker. And she was like, no, I got something for y'all. We got backup. Come on.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this from one of the he threw 3 of them bombs at the window to get Ramona. I'm just like, fam, this is about to cause a tsunami somewhere, bro. This shit is ridiculous. But yeah, then they were up against the wall a bit on the ship, and I'm just like, ain't looking too good for the home team. But what did you guys think about the battle between Shuri and Namor towards the end?
I think it was well done, because now I had people complain. They're like, wait, where did Shuri even learn to fight? And I'm like, she is the princess of Wakanda. Her father and brother have both been the Black Panther. You think she ain't been trained? Wait.
She don't spar?
Ghidorah? You think that she don't take a moment out to train, keep the skills up? But I like the fact that even dehydrated, Namor was still dangerous. Like
I thought he was back in the water at first, because that first speed punch, I was like, oh, y'all didn't get far enough into that desert. She was like, go to the desert, and that shit blew up on the beach. I was like, he fuck around and got back in that water.
Yep. He 10 feet away. You better stop him.
But yeah, I think that when he stabbed her, I was like, get the stop. that was awful. That
So
stab,
just-
that stab was so hard. I felt it. Like in my chest.
yeah. Jesus.
And
Oh,
he turns around like, I need water.
Yeah.
he's like,
I'm just like, if he gets back in that
Fucking with your ass.
It's
I need
over.
some water.
it's a like she took that thing, which kind of allowed me to understand how the Taliban got up after getting stabbed, because they actually ingested the vibranium.
Right.
She took in the herb. She was able to break the spear and heal herself to the point where she can still function and fight. So
not
I'm like,
to mention her suit.
yeah,
Her suit patched
I'm
itself
like,
up.
yeah. If they drank the shit, not the herb, they actually drank vibranium infused, and they got up and ran. She should be all right. But at the how it happened, because she had the super upper hand, and he just was like, spear, yeah, and pinned her up
Yeah.
against the rock. I was just like, shit, that shit. I don't know how to get out of this one. But, for her to jump back in front and still use her brains instead of just her strength, knowing he was right there by the fucking thruster of that ship, and hit him with that Wakanda forever. I could get that dude a fucking bacchiotomy. Yo,
Canned his backside. Wait,
bro,
and then having her mom come to her and be like, show him who you are. And
bro, I was like, if T'Challa has a voiceover, if they play any voiceover from T'Challa, like she would have to go 8 and win somehow. Like you can't not have her. Like I was just like, you have to win, Shuri. Like you have to win. I don't know how you're gonna do it. You have to win, and she came back and she could have easily killed this dude. I thought because how Marvel has had the opportunity to use very well-known villains and or antagonists and do great things with them, and drop the ball with them, i.e.,
Right.
Taskmaster,
Right.
Gore,
still one
God
of those.
Butcher. Like it's one of them things where you have the ability to just fully go in on these antagonists, and you don't, for the sake of the movie and the MCU and stuff. I get it. I was like, he's not going to yield. You're going to have to kill. It's going to be like one of those things where I don't want to have to do it, but you got to do it. But it also harkens back to Civil War, where he could have killed Zemo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just like, nah, there's a better way to handle shit like this.
Right.
And she said his exact line that he said to Zemo, like, vengeance has consumed us.
Yep.
I will not be consumed anymore.
Right.
And I was like,
beautifully done.
Beautiful. Yep.
But I would
Great
have
callback.
I would have laughed if after hearing show him who you are, she had whooped his ass though.
Yes. So he yields. They go back. It's this weird thing. They show up on the ship. He's just like, Taliban, wrap it up. Whoop, whoop. We heading back out. Instantly, I knew Atuma and old girl would be like,
Namora.
Yep. So you just gonna be a little bitch, huh? You just gonna be a little bitch, because they trying to get this dude to do some shit, But at the end, they more kind of uses, rationalizes it. It's just like, think about it. They're gonna need us.
Only ally.
They have no other allies. Outside of old buddy who got arrested by his ex-wife for.
Okay, who else was like when there's like upon us for our marriage? I was like, whoa, hold on, your ex-wife is who?
Me, 100%.
Yeah,
I was like, man, y'all intertwining everybody together, and I'm here for this shit, man. Ross, that's his name, Agent Ross.
Yeah,
but let us get to the part. I think everybody here, and I think everybody who's watching, they knew the tears were going to come. She goes to Haiti after it's all said and done. visits Nicoya. Nicoya's just like, bro, let me set this thing up. She's like, I'll do it myself. And she finally burns her mourning robe. And it's just flashbacks of T'Challa. And it was not a dry eye in the theater at that point. Again, I know she's a great actress. A part of me feels like that wasn't acting for her. Like they were just like, here's where you're gonna think about T'Challa in this, and she probably just thought of Chadwick and the time she was spending with Chadwick, and the tears were 100% natural, not forced.
Mm-hmm.
Then it fades into Rihanna singing her song, and I'm bracing myself for the mid credits because the one thing you did tell us, Nick, is, bro, just bring the tissues because that mid credit
scene.
And my wife was not privy to this information.
Mine neither.
She was like, was there every time? I don't know why she does this. Every Marvel movie, is there a scene? Like, babe, there's a scene. There's only 3 people getting up, leaving the theater now, and they're all dumb at this point. Like, even if that was my first Marvel movie, and I see credits and I start standing up, and nobody else in this theater is standing up, I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
What's going on?
Let me sit the fuck back down real quick.
Yeah, nobody left. Nobody in my theater left.
What y'all doing? Y'all know something?
Why y'all still sitting here?
So she's crying. In the background, I see Nicoya and a kid, and instantly I'm just like, nigga, I swear to God,
that's what
I swear to God, y'all better not. Y'all better not.
I knew what it was immediately. This motherfucker had a kid.
I don't blame him.
Oh, he had a kid.
I'd have been upset if he didn't.
He smashed. My boy smashed.
What is it from She-Hulk? T'Challa fucks.
It's a picture of happiness, of sadness, and a teeny bit of jealousy. Like, I mean, at least he went out, in a good spot. At least he got to live a good life. You know what I'm saying? But
she
shows up,
my guy.
Brings the kid, introduces her, and like immediately I can tell Shuri is just like, hold the fuck up. You over here going through all this bullshit. I'm thinking I lost my brother. There's nothing left of him. All this stuff. I lost and I had a nephew here. My brother's child has been like, I could tell there's a part of her that was probably wanting to be mad with all of this, but Nicoya very well explained what the fuck was happening, why she wasn't in the loop. And I agree with Shuri being like, did my mother at least get to meet him? She's like, oh yeah, your mom knew. And I bet a part of Shuri was just like, was I the only motherfucker not know?
What didn't dawn on me until the second movie, remember, she was ignoring Nakia's calls after the funeral. Like, it's like, oh, Nakia is calling for you. Skip. I was like, you could have known earlier.
Yeah, true.
But so then he talks and introduces himself, and she's like, nice to meet you, and he was just like, that's just my Haitian name. And I was just like,
don't do it. Don't you do it to me. Don't
she's
you
like,
do
her
it
real
to me.
name is T'Challa. That was the
T'Challa.
part.
T'Challa.
That is when the cry got mixed with that gut punch noise. I couldn't hold it.
Yeah, me neither. It was like, oh.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh
my God.
And that was the one. I made it through the whole movie. Like, I was like, all right, man, that was emotional. They almost got me. And then when that little boy said his name, I was like, oh, fuck y'all.
My name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa.
Ah,
Had to cover my mouth.
I was like, everybody loved your daddy.
yeah,
Oh,
you
man.
will be a fine warrior one day.
And
so
then
happy.
then you know, I searched the phone. I do a quick Google search. Is there an end credit scene? It was like, nah, that's the only one. So I'm just like, we
Let's
could
get the
leave,
fuck-
but I
yeah.
didn't want to leave because
Yeah.
I had to get the rest of the shit out my body. You know, like
I
I wasn't ready to
walk
just
out
get
the
up and bounce.
theater
Like right
with
after that, you just want me to get up
tears
and
and
walk
snot.
out? And then as the credits are going, I look over to my wife and she's like got her nighttime mode, trying to take a picture of me crying and shit. And I'm just like,
Don't you do that?
putting that shit on the internet. I turned just in time. She over there trying to be slick with it, like, what the hell is she trying to do?
Hey, this is a thug moment right now. I need these tears. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know y'all been married a while. My girl's over there just bawling her eyes out, not even thinking. Your wife's like, I got you.
I knew he was gonna be a little bitch.
Yeah.
Be a little bitch in here.
No, I told my wife beforehand, I was like, look, listen, tears are going to be shed in this movie theater.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That might have helped me out in the end because she wasn't trying to take pictures of me, but I forewarned, like, look, listen, this is going to be emotional for me. I'm going to let these tears flow. You know what I'm saying? Just let it be. Let me be. I'll be all right. And she crying too. So that helped.
Look,
my wife,
if you didn't have,
but she that mid scene ain't hit her like it hit me. Like, I don't know how. I don't know if because she's not. So like she'll watch MCU movies, but I don't think she's like invested in them to an extent. Like
Right.
she'll go because I want to go, and some of them she'll go because I think she wants to follow the story and shit. Because she was super hyped for Endgame because she was like, bro, I watched all 22 of these other movies. I'm watching the thing. I'm invested at this point.
Yep.
So she's in the train with me, but I don't know how, I don't know, but that mid scene, like you could tell, like her eyes, you can tell she was crying, but she ain't had no it was none of that. So she's stronger than me, but that shit hit me.
Boy, gut punch.
I couldn't breathe. It was like getting hit in the stomach and you trying to get your air back. Like I'm just Ryan, like I know he directed it, but the writers, Jesus Christ, man, like props to them for figuring out how to make this movie happen without T'Challa, without Chadwick, and making it a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Like making it this cinematic experience that was amazing to me and to, from what I can tell, a whole lot of other people.
Right.
And this wasn't a level I was expecting. Like I was like when you first hear they're making the second movie, they're going through with it. I'm like, how good is it gonna be? I mean, he was the focus, and I was like, and to put together a movie that was not only good but on the level for different reasons, but also emotionally and action, and it's a comic book film. I think they put a lot of things that don't normally go together to make this film happen.
Right. For me, it was the fact that they made this it was a tribute movie in a sense, but it also progressed the storyline. And then in that, you had other stories still building in this movie. So you have the direction of Ironheart, because we know that there's going to be an Ironheart. And that led them. And I love that this was her first appearance in the MCU. And it played such a critical role in the movie because, yeah, she is smart. She's going to be Ironheart, but she played a very big role in what happened with Wakanda overall. So in the grand scheme of things, that makes her a very important character. So it made me more excited for when she comes out with the show. So I want to see how they incorporate what happened in this movie into Ironheart, because you know Wakanda's going to be involved in some form or fashion. So that made me excited for it as well. But just the story they told and how they progressed everything. And I'm pretty sure this is going to lead to something bigger down the road too, because they said the Black Panther will return. So will Shuri be involved in the new form of the Avengers? Because that has to take shape too. So a lot of good things coming out of this movie.
Agreed.
And I'm really curious to see where it goes, because I do like that both this and the first Black Panther movie have bearing on the Marvel universe, but they're self-contained films. Like this wasn't it like Iron Man 2 was really a big excuse to lead into Avengers. Like
Right.
I remember Jon Favreau said he was upset because they made him completely rewrite the script to make this about going into the Avengers. We watched both Black Panther films, and this is about Black Panther.
Right.
And for it to be this strong emotionally, like people are like, oh, well, Endgame, people cried. I was like, Endgame was the buildup of 22 prior films.
Right.
Yeah.
Black Panther, sure, he was in those other films, but not all those characters were in those other films. And we still were emotional about them. Ramonda was only in the first Black Panther film. And like, I don't even think she was in a scene for Endgame. And we all felt it when she died.
Right.
So for them to do what it took a buildup of other characters to do in this says everything to me about them having to do another film after this.
Right.
Because
and the biggest shit on top of this is something that we hadn't even spoke about. Well, we did, but we kind of glanced over it. This is the first film in the MCU where they acknowledge, like, with the word mutants. Like,
yes.
He is a mutant. Like, this is the first film in the franchise that they confirmed that guy is a mutant.
Yep.
Yeah, because they only hinted at it at the end of Ms. Marvel.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They confirmed it with this movie. So that was pretty huge in that. So now I'm looking forward to an X-Men. You know what I mean? Because they're coming.
And next Black Panther film or Wakanda film, M'Baku showed up on Challenge Day. Is he gonna be the next? Is he the king of Wakanda next time we see him?
Right.
Facts.
I will watch the shit out of that.
Me too.
100%, bro. 100%.
Does he get the heart-shaped herb? Because he's king.
Now, that's the one thing I did notice about the MCU that they changed from the comic books. When they mentioned it in Civil War, right after T'Chaka died, when T'Challa's talking to Black Widow, and he says he was Black Panther, he's like, but now I'm also king. In the MCU, they've separated those two. T'Challa just happened to be both King and Black Panther, and at one point his father was both. So I feel like Shuri's going to be the protector of Wakanda while M'Baku's running it.
And that makes perfect sense. And that when you say it like that, that makes sense. Where you separate the two, and now you have a protector and you have a king. Because in the grand scheme of things, I don't think Shuri really wants that. She's content with her tech.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she knows the elders don't look at her as a leader this early on.
Right.
Now she has so much stuff to learn about running the kingdom of Wakanda.
Right.
You know?
Because it had always been planned around T'Challa.
Warrior. Man, bro, I remember when the trailer first came out, like 95% of me was just like, bro, it has to be Shuri being Black Panther. But I was like, bro, if Okoye gets that motherfucker herb, I'm here for that shit, bro. I want to see what your suit look like, girl. What your suit look like?
Yeah.
Look, Nakia running around in her little stealth suit. I was about it.
Yeah, I was about that 100%. Life too.
100%. So I guess we'll start winding this down. Overall impression, and where would you have this ranked as far as MCU movies? We'll start with you, Black. Where are you at with this?
My overall impression is this was an extremely important movie in the overall timeline of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
A very great way to end Phase 4 and bring us into Phase 5. I'm pretty confident that this is going to have an impact on Phase 5 as a whole and where we go from this movie into Phase 5. Keep in mind we have Ant-Man Quantumania coming out. So that'll be the first film of Phase 5 where we finally see Kang the Conqueror.
Kang.
Yeah. We finally see Kang the Conqueror. So where they go after that, I think this may impact later in Phase 5 when they finally start bringing in the mutants and we go back to Wakanda and we see how that affects everything because Namor is a mutant. So I think this may come back later in that timeline, but I think the seed has been planted. Just like Loki and WandaVision planted those seeds for where we are now with Quantumania, we may see this come back around in the timeline. So I'm very positive on this movie and how it impacts the universe. Where I rank it,
It's tough because right now you're emotional about it.
yeah, it's tough. After watching this movie, I'm going to make a bold claim. After watching this movie, I slid Captain America, the Winter Soldier, to number 2.
This is your number one movie now in the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I
right.
can feel that.
All right. What about you, Nick? Where you at?
So this is kind of tough for me because I have a top 5 and it shifts depending on how I feel sometimes. But I mean, the first Black Panther, originally Captain America Winter Soldier was my number one, like when it dropped, because I was like, that wasn't just a good superhero movie. That was a good movie. Like,
Yes.
if it hadn't been about Captain America, that still would have been a great spy movie and everything else. So that ranked really high. Then Black Panther came out, and that took my number one because not only was Black Panther one of my favorite characters, but just the representation and the fact that you can't say that this movie was just a woke moment. This movie had bearing. It had purpose. It wasn't. And on top of that, what it did for the film industry and for people of color in movies. So it's not just that it was a good movie to me, what it represented. So with that said, I have to put Winter Soldier down to my number 3 now, and Wakanda Forever is my number 2 because number 1, like I said, Black Panther will always have a spot. That movie was the first time I left the theater going, I get it now. Like when you look at Batman and stuff, and you go, oh, I'd like to be Batman. That's cool and all. But to see someone who looks like you representing everything that's good and justice and everything else, that feeling, I didn't know what that was like till that movie. So that's my number 1, just based off emotions. That said, Wakanda Forever is going to be because I did not think I would have that kind of emotion in a comic book movie. Like, I knew we were going to feel some stuff, Chadwick passing, funeral, but overall that movie, like, it wasn't just them playing on his death. Like, they didn't just constantly go, well, what would T'Challa have done? The characters were developing. We got to see Wakanda develop. It had so many parts that just sit with me. So I was like, for that, it's now my number 2.
I think when we did our original rankings, I had Black Panther like 7. I gotta go look, but it was at 7, and like this was 3, 4, like about 3.5 years after its release. Like, if you would have asked me within the first year and a half, my favorite, it would have been Black Panther easily. For the reasons that Nick mentioned, but going back and rewatching them in chronological order and stuff, I felt a couple other movies stood out more to me, but Black Panther, even though it's not number 1 or in the top 5 for me, it's still a very important movie and a very, a movie that I will always sing the praises of. This movie, like, I would have to sit and look at my list. It would have to move in the top 3. It like, I got to see where it would shift. but it would have to be in the top 3 based on a lot of stuff what Nick said. And we kind of talked about it in the chat. I love how it's connected to the MCU, but you could take the rest of the MCU out and just have Black Panther and then Wakanda Forever, and just have those be its own standalone series, like how they're trying to do Batman in the DCU or the DC. Just Black Panther and Wakanda, because like no other Avengers showed up in Black Panther. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And none of them all showed up in Wakanda Forever either. That's why I liked Winter Soldier so much. It's because it's just Captain America. Like Natasha showed up, but it wasn't like Tony Stark and Thor and everybody else came to help fucking take down Hydra and Shield. It was just Captain America and them, you know. and I love that it just focused on developing him and his whole evolution of America's great. And then he's just like, fuck are y'all doing with these hover ships? Y'all just gonna kill motherfuckers just because they don't agree? And like, I don't like this. Like, you know, y'all fucking with people's freedoms and shit. And everybody was just like, well, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know, you just. And he wasn't about that life, and that's why Captain America is my favorite character on the Marvel side. It's just like a lot of people will make the jokes like, well, why didn't he stop slavery? Why didn't he do, you know, civil rights and all? I'm just like, bro, it's, you know, like I get it. The 40s racism was a thing, but like he's trying to stop a fucking international superpower from nuking the fucking country. Like he can either stop them from nuking the country or, you know, protect Martin Luther King so he can be nuked by this fucking country. Like it's powerful. It's weird. It sounds fucked up, but it's just like, do I stop the Nazis or do I stop America from being racist? If I stop him from being racist, like, I don't know how you do that. Like, you just gonna punch racist people? Like, I don't know what do you want him to do to stop an ideology? You know what I'm saying? You can't fucking do it. Like, racist people gonna be racist. It is what it is. But it would have to be in the top 3, and I would probably put it number 2, probably 1A, 1B with Winter Soldier. It's up there based on how well this movie was put together. It's just you can't deny. And I'm looking at Academy Awards next year. I don't know if it made the cut to be nominated when they do them in February, but if this doesn't at least get a nod
for something,
for like it should win best score. I feel best costume
easily.
Again,
makeup and costume easy.
Cinematic or whatever you call the set designs and the cinematography. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be upset. Like I feel
graphic effects.
I probably
graphic effects,
visual effects, and I feel like it'll get a nod for best picture. And I feel the reason it'll get a nod from the Academy is because of Chadwick's passing and the tribute to Chadwick. I feel like they'll play that heavy. But I feel it should also get that nod because it really was well written. But I don't think, has there ever been a superhero has there been a superhero movie ever nominated for Best Picture?
No.
Generally, because so many people frown on it in the industry as a thing that it doesn't get the nod for that. But if anyone tried to complain about Angela Bassett being nominated or winning for some Best Supporting Actress based on this film, they could kick rocks because
they hating.
Because there is no way to say that she didn't carry her role in this film.
She don't gotta win it, but y'all better acknowledge the queen
for real
and the emotion she brought to that role. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better fucking put respect on Angela Bassett for carrying that. And bro, I was so mad when she died. I'm just like, bro, come on, man. A movie and a half? Come on. Look, now.
I hope Ryan Coogler. I hope Ryan Coogler apologizes. I'm so sorry.
Let me tell y'all something. And this is just a theory I had.
Yeah.
After she passed, it dawned on me. Marvel is owned by Disney. And if goddamn Bambi and Lion King didn't teach us nothing else, is that parents aren't fucking safe.
True, Tony Stark's parents got work early.
Ooh,
Exactly.
Wait, and graphically, god damn.
Yes.
Like your dad got his head beaten on a
Disney will
wheel.
kill your motherfucking parents in a heartbeat.
I hate you.
We had no fucking choice.
It makes the main character stronger, okay?
Exactly. Oh, they got parents?
I'm just like, bro. I'm just like, bro. You get wait. What's that shit? Damn, double homicide. Like both family and Queen. Come on, bro. What you doing to me, man?
Ooh.
What you doing, Ryan? Oh shit. But yeah, man, it's a I can't sing the praises of this movie enough. For those who have watched it and are listening to the podcast, and hopefully if you're listening to this, you've watched it, because bro, we fucked this whole movie up for you. If
We
you
gave
haven't.
everything.
And if you did, it's your fault, because we said spoilers. We was promoting spoilers all. Like, spoilers, do not fuck with this if you haven't seen it. But it's an amazing movie. I'm planning on, because it was just me and my wife watching it the first time. We got to see it again. We taking the kids, so I'm about to see my daughter's super emotional and shit. So I know she finna be
Up in them feelings.
Oh my god. Oh, and I'll be right there. I know, baby. I know.
I heard.
Oh man. But dude, Nick, it was great having you back on again, man.
Yes,
I would
sir.
not have wanted to break this movie down with anybody else. I appreciate you joining and sharing your thoughts and stuff like that. Real quick before we leave, I know this wasn't planned. Where are you ranking Namor as far as Marvel antagonists in the MCU?
Honestly, he's easily in my top 4. And so it's hard to rank Marvel antagonists on the fact that, like, Marvel will flip them, like with Loki. They will have, like, oh, he's a bad guy, but he's not that bad. Killmonger still is Killmonger's my number 1 because of the fact he may have been doing some crazy messed up shit, but his motivation,
so much sense.
his motivation. I mean, like, damn, you shot your girl to get this mission done. I've killed our people across this continent and others so that I could get us to this point. I was like, the conviction is crazy, but the message. and same
Y'all
with
in the
Namor.
Navy SEALs, they're like, man, this guy's a go-getter, man. He's
You
what
know,
you have no
he's a
idea
team
what his
player.
plan is. Yeah.
And then it got cemented even further in the What If series when it showed what if Killmonger had saved Tony Stark.
Yep.
By the end of that, I was like, that cemented him as my number 1. So I will put Namor probably going to be somewhere 2 to 3, like, just in the fact that his whole motivation was, I got to keep my people safe.
Yes.
I have seen the horrors of genocide and slavery up close. Y'all know what it sounds like. Y'all have heard history. I saw that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the fact that by the end of
my
mom. I was just trying to give a funeral for my mama, and I see these people up here.
They're whipping
pillaging,
motherfuckers.
So we burned down the plantation. And who hasn't dreamed about burning down a plantation? It's like,
this was easily the worst day of my life, and I had to make it better.
Like all of us were in the theater. None of us felt bad that 8-year-old boy burnt down a plantation.
No, not at all. There was no booze. There was no nothing. It was just like
Namor. If you go further north, there's more plantations.
There's a whole country of people doing the exact same shit. Just
if you hate slavery, I got the place for you to go.
Yeah. He could have freed everybody.
Yep.
But that said, I'm actually gonna have to put him. Yeah, he's gonna have to be like 2 to 3 because motivation wise, and the fact is, he is a true antagonist to me in the way of it's not easily put down as being evil. Like he did some fucked up shit. He killed Ramonda, but that also made him a man of his word because he said he was gonna do that shit.
He did.
Yep.
He was like, look, man, either y'all roll with me or look, I'm gonna go kill them. And when I come back, I'm killing y'all. And then y'all tried to play me. So I guess I gotta come back and kill y'all.
Cool Khan does not fuck around. I also want a shirt that says that. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a 2 spot.
2? All right. What about you, Black?
I'm going to. So for the same reasons. Like
Who's your one?
I think Killmonger.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't disagree. I did not disagree with Killmonger, honestly. I was like,
With anything
yeah.
he was doing? With anything he was doing?
Black
No,
was like, I'm
because
with the plan.
He had his reasons.
He
Man
shot
was-
his girl to get into Wakanda.
I mean, hey, look, listen. You
Girl ain't
in the
had nothing to do
fucking
with
way, my girl.
Girl just met him in a club.
Hey, you in
And
the
Black
way.
just like, hey,
Thank
it is what it
you.
is.
Hey, I'm trying to kill dude. He got you.
Look,
Well, my choice is
when you-
easy.
He wasn't
when you
trying to
said you
kill
was-
dude. He aimed
when
right
you-
for her.
when you said you was
Killmonger
ride
don't
or
be
die,
Yeah.
you already rode.
You knew what you signed up for.
Yeah.
You knew what you signed up for.
We at
Like-
the die part.
Yep. We here now. You rode. It's time to die. My bad. I love you. See you in the ancestral plane if you get there.
I'm gonna put a statue up to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you up as a statue.
Yeah. But yeah, Namor number 2. He's number 2. And it's because I had the same energy towards him. Like, and eventually, like I said earlier in that movie, he knew he had to cross a line. He knew he had to do it. But in order to maintain his word to his people, he crossed the line. And in my brain, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Because you don't want your people, you rule these people, you don't want to have a problem with your own people. And they think that what you're doing is going against what they believe in. And again, that goes back to the bad guy is the point of view that you're looking at it from. Because he went up there to make peace, and you could have easily seen the Wakandans coming in there and killing one of their own as a form of betrayal. You could have easily seen it from that side and be like, that's betrayal. The man was going up there to make peace. Like, y'all got to get this back.
Right.
Like, we gotta go burn Wakanda down for this. Because they came in here and killed one of our people. We didn't invite them here. So yeah, easily number 2.
United States was the antagonist. That is fact.
Exactly.
So was France. So was France.
Yeah. We're gonna do it and we're gonna make it look like Wakanda is fucking up the world.
Bro, I was low-key mad at Ross, like, bro, or just be like, bro, it's not Wakanda, it's some other motherfuckers out there with vibranium. Leave Wakanda the fuck alone, all right? Y'all just what vibranium, Wakanda did it. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop.
Yeah. They're the only people with vibranium. No, they're not.
It's the Wakanda.
But that's also Namor was like, don't fucking tell people about me. I don't want people to know about me.
Don't say shit about me,
Yeah.
or I will come for you. He
Yeah,
said,
right.
keep my people's name out of your mouth.
Out your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep my people's name out your fucking mouth.
Will Smith shit.
He
Okay.
did Chris Rock Wakanda. He did Chris Rock Wakanda. Damn.
Let me just say, like, he'd probably be 3. No, he'd probably be 2. I'll put Killmonger at 3. Like, it for me, when I look at it, I'm like, the fear that Thanos was putting in motherfuckers just keeps him at 1 for now. I feel Kang is going to do some
Yeah.
shit. He'll end
Thanos
up.
is 3 for me now. He was number 2. He's
Thanos
3,
is 3 for me as well.
He's about
When
to
that
slide to 4.
motherfucker-
I'm gonna let you know that
When
right
that
now.
motherfucker was piecing up the Hulk for fun, I'm just like, oh, this ain't the Thanos from the end credits, guys. This is like the complete version. This isn't the demo version of Thanos that we were getting in end scene. This is you bought the game. You paid $60. This is full Thanos. Because when the Hulk hit him, and they were just like, no, don't get involved.
Let him have his fun.
Let him have his fun. And he beat the
What?
Hulk out of Banner.
Ooh. Ooh.
And for the Avengers to assemble and do the shit they had to do to stop him. Like they killed Thanos. And past Thanos was so petty to be like, oh shit, they killed me in the future? Fuck that. I gotta fuck these dudes up. Run it back.
Yeah.
Run that back.
Yeah. Oh, we run this back right now.
Without experiencing anything future Thanos, he was mad that future Thanos was fucked up. Oh, they did that to me? Oh no, we fixing to ride on these motherfuckers. Roll up on them right now. Roll up on them right now. Because this version of Thanos in Endgame had no interactions with the Avengers. But he was confident that he's gonna fuck them up to the point where he was like, I'm gonna sit here and wait for them to come to me. And I'm just like,
after I blew up your house.
yeah.
Oh,
this is your fortress. Zap. Hey, girl, go in there and get that glove for me. I'm gonna be out here. But what if they come? I'll just be here. He out there just looking at rocks and shit, sitting on a fucking boulder. Like, oh, y'all here? Let me tell you what I know. I saw y'all lose. Y'all was big mad. At first, he was like, at first, I'm gonna just snap half the galaxy away for you guys, so you guys can live and not run out of resources.
But
now I'm gonna obliterate, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I was just like, bro, this man just has a book of one-liners. He was like, oh, I'm gonna use this one. Like he was on the ship, like, what I'm gonna tell these motherfuckers? Oh yeah, that's one with this one. I'm gonna because no way he just comes up with that on the spot. There's no way, bro. You too cold.
I'm gonna enjoy this very much. Yeah.
I'm gonna obliterate your old planets, eradicate everything very much. Just calm. Picking up his fucking sword, putting his helmet on, no gauntlet powers, like Earth's mightiest heroes. Let's go. Until Wanda got a hold of his ass, and then he was just like, rain fire.
No, I did enjoy that moment though. Captain Marvel was coming at him, and he's like, all right, let me just drop the rock in the other hand, then I'm gonna smack you.
I'm gonna need this power stone real quick. Yeah. That was a close one. Whew, that was strong. I hit it with my whole head and she didn't move.
Ain't nobody smashing that yet. Like, goddamn.
He was
anger
like,
behind that shit. Yeah.
And she was just like, and like, oh shit, let me go ahead and do this real quick. You a different breed.
Nah,
but yeah, I put Namor above Killmonger only because Namor lived through that shit. So like it's more real. Like Killmonger knew about it. He was educated on it as seen when he went to that museum and was just like, how y'all get this shit? Oh, nah, y'all stole it.
Did you pay a fair market price for it?
Right. Now I'm gonna take this. I like it. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it.
I feel like the reason
I love the swag. I love the swag of Killmonger. I love the swag. Is this your king? Is this your like? I love all of that about him. Like he showed up.
Hey, auntie.
Like, yep. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. Oakland shit. West Coast. I'm here, and this is why I'm here. Y'all see us out here struggling in this world, and y'all ain't coming out to help us. I got us. Namor was like, I seen the shit.
Yeah.
I've seen the shit going on. I'm like, I'm fucking this shit up, and I'm taking my people away from this shit. Y'all surface motherfuckers deal with y'all shit. Just leave us alone, and y'all do with y'all shit. We'll even let y'all take some of these wells to SeaWorld and shit. You know.
Yeah.
Don't come
You
down
can
here
borrow
looking for
some motherfuckers you
vibranium.
want. Yeah.
Don't come down here fucking with vibranium. Like, because Aquaman, they was mad. They're polluting the oceans. We're mad. Like, this motherfucker was just like, y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want. Don't fuck with my peoples. And y'all sending these drones down here, y'all getting too close. I gotta catch you.
But that's why I feel Killmonger more, because Killmonger's like, you know what? I'm gonna free all the oppressed people in the world. Namor's like, I gotta protect my people. Killmonger's like, no, we got enough people and weapons. We gonna spread that shit. All oppressed people in the world, we coming up together.
Bro, it was crazy how fast motherfuckers was agreeing with him in Wakanda. They was just like, hey, this motherfucker spitting.
Ooh, he on it.
But like, y'all just saw him throw T'Challa off the waterfall. Yeah, that was sad, but
look, Wakanda's like, he killed my best friend, but he also killed the dude who killed my dad. So
I flipped a coin and it was tails, so I got to roll.
I got to roll with him, bro. He said paper, rock, scissors. He won. Wasn't no best out of 3.
I think the other part what he should have thought about is like, I can't go against my wife. Like when Okoye was all about, yeah, I'm rolling with Killmonger shit. It was easy. Then when they on the battlefield, and she just like, all right, we can't fuck with that shit no more. He was still rolling with Killmonger. I'm like, bro, you fucking up. Like you fucking up the home, bro. You fucking up the home front there, my guy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Right.
Like that mantra must not have made it to Wakanda until that day. But
maybe
yeah,
I'm sorry. Now get your ass off this rhino right the fuck now.
This war is over.
Yeah.
Bro, when the rhino won't go against your wife,
yeah,
you sided wrong.
because the rhino is
the
rhino is full sprint, and your wife just jump in front of it. The rhino's like, "Oh, what up, girl?
Shit.
Hey,
the rhino knows. If the rhino knows better than you, oh, you don't.
Yeah, you done fucked up.
You done
fucked up.
You could be glad your ass is just in prison. Dope ass show, man. Great review. I knew this show was gonna be dope after watching.
I was waiting on this show. Yeah, I was waiting on this show.
Yeah, all week I was like, I can't wait till Friday. Appreciate you joining on, man. Again, everybody who's listening or watching, just let them know where to reach you at again.
On Instagram, it's Converse_Ninja. It's Converse Ninja Cosplay and Gaming on Facebook. Once again, I appreciate you guys having me on again. I mean, love everything you do. Love the group.
Right.
If you guys aren't on Facebook in the group, y'all need to join, because that's where I post all the shit I can't show my family. Like, oh, this meme is fire, but I can't have my mom see this. I know I'm posting it.
Hey, we'll keep that in mind for when it'd be like a new member wants to join and it'd be your mom or something trying to join. Be like, nah, you can't.
Yeah.
With all due respect, ma'am.
Look, I had to shape up what I was posting when y'all added my girl.
Be like, hey, just to let you know, Nick is a different person in here. He's still cool. He's just a little wild in here. Is all we got to do. A little wild, a little bit. But no, yeah. So I know last show you were like trying to get to the Quantumanium in February, thinking about doing a Kane cosplay. Keep us in the loop on that, man. Let us know what we can do to help you get you there.
When I
know, and if you get blessed with the invitation to the premiere, me and Black were talking. We'll try to like fly out to where it is. Obviously, we won't be on the carpet, but
you might.
We would just want to be able to, like, after the thing, wherever you're at, just meet up and just get your reactions right after.
Right. Be down as fuck for that.
All right, bet. I can't wait.
If you get it, man, just let us know and we there.
Like I said, New World Order. Bro,
can't wait.
You got to be on that carpet because I know you got the pictures and everything ready on deck for that
already.
Bet. Hey, we'll try to bring Deontay and Will with us too, man. Get a full SNN smoke.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
because I owe them. I didn't get to do the last podcast, and tomorrow we have for Jen's group, the Super Ladies. They're doing a geek gala, and so in fact, you've seen part of what I'm wearing there tomorrow. So I owe them one.
Nice. Hey, we got to reach
Nice.
out to Jen and get her on here too, man. Share her experience, talk to her
She'd be
about
down.
her cosplay journey and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
get to know about the Super Lady Foundations and stuff like that. So it's been something I've been meaning to do. Me and Jedi was trying to get that together, but then COVID and all the crazy shit started
Yep.
happening, and everybody's life got turned upside down. But everything's straightening out. So we'll get that figured out, man. We want everybody to get a chance to come on here and
Yeah.
share their story and stuff, man. So cool, man. Damn, episode 91. Legendary episode, man. Legendary
Yes.
episode talking about a legendary movie. I'm going to go ahead and put that on record. You can put that in a time capsule, take this up 40 years later, and prove me wrong. But this movie is that good. It's just that fucking good. Again, man, appreciate you coming out, spending time with us. But I was about to say it's late, but you over in Arizona, it's like 8:30 over there. So you still got your whole night ahead of you.
Yep.
All right. Well, once again, like I said, thank you guys. And anytime, I will gladly be back on here because this was awesome.
Appreciate it,
Nice.
man. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one, bro.
You too.
All right, man.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Peace, man. Take care.
Peace.
Man.
What a review, man.
Yes.
What a review.
To dedicate a whole show to a review. That is dope. And I'm glad we have the freedom to do that. We're not constricted by time. We don't have nobody telling us what we can and cannot do over here on DFPN. If we want to do a goddamn 2-hour review on a movie, we can fucking do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I love it. I love it. I love that we can. Shit. So yeah, let's go ahead and we're over to 2 hours, but I don't give a fuck at this point. We could probably do it. Nah, it's only 2. Man, they're gonna get this whole. They're gonna get the full 2.5 this motherfucking thing. But let's get into final shots, man. What do you got for the people before we call it a night?
So I know we had the DFPN meeting. I'll just go ahead and announce it here. Look out for 2 new podcasts coming to the network that we're very excited about. One's called The Patio with Kim, and the other one is called Burrowbreads with Mar, and actually it's called Burrowbreads in the A. And it's from Mar and White, and they will be joining us as well. So thank you guys for joining the family. Look forward to all the shows that you guys put out. I'm very excited about the shows. They just had a show last night. So once we get their intros and stuff, and we'll introduce them properly. But I do want to give them that acknowledgement. Shout out to the Saturday Night Nerds. Make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow for them. Yeah, man. Shout out to E. Smitty and his E. Smitty and friends. They're doing the show tonight. Conscious Rhyme, the hip hop chief, is there. He's also on that set list. So I hope you guys are fucking killing it right now. Hate that I couldn't be there, but I know those guys are putting on.
If we could squeeze one more show in before we take our holiday hiatus, I would like to have Conscious and E. Smitty on to talk about that night.
We can squeeze that in.
Bet.
We can squeeze that in.
Bet, because I know I want to talk to them about that night, because that's a dope thing that they got to do.
Yeah,
and then
DJ 110's there too. So
let's bring them all on, and then we'll introduce the new members of the fam. We'll try to get them on. We want to do them justice. Here on the Smoke Pit, like I said, as a part of the DFPN brand, the Deaf Feeling Podcast Network, we want to show all our people love, man, and we want you guys to get to know them, because it may be a show that's something that interests you, And we just want to introduce these guys to you and let you guys talk to them in the comments and stuff, see what they about. And if you rock with them, man, go ahead and follow them and stuff.
Yep.
I'll edit the description on this. So we'll link the YouTube page for the Burrow Breads. And then yeah, we'll get them on here so you guys can meet them and stuff, man. It's a family. I sat back and we were looking at the schedule, and it seemed like every day it was something. Like we had somebody online to do something, and now we got 2 more shows. So now it's a beautiful thing looking at, like we were talking about.
Yep.
We had our first big DFPN meeting October of 2020, September or October 2020.
Mhm.
And it's November 2022, and look where we at, bro.
Yep.
So pedal to the metal, ain't no stopping. Keep evolving, keep growing, keep doing what we're doing, keep involving you guys in the groups. Seeing what you guys want to do, listening to you guys, and then also showing you guys our appreciation with the giveaways and the jerseys and stuff. Everybody seems to be loving those. So stay tuned. We're only getting bigger and better. So that means more stuff for you guys. So it's a win-win for everybody. I had something else for final shots, but I forgot. It's all good. Oh, during our holiday break, which is probably like the month of December. Well, there's not going to be a show next week, Friday after Thanksgiving. So chill and all that. Maybe the first Friday in December, we'll probably get a show out there, and then we'll probably call it quits till the next year. But I'm going to be introducing a new bracket to the Smoke Pit, and let me go ahead and bring it up so you guys can see what we're talking about. So remember when we came back from our holiday break this year? What's the bracket we got into?
What did we get into?
The best Michael Jackson song, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where are we going with this?
I have created a new bracket. So there's been a slight back and forth, right? Of who is the more influential artist, Michael Jackson or Prince, right? So people be Michael Jackson. I think a majority was Michael Jackson. And then you got some people be like, y'all sleeping on Prince.
I'm in that category.
That we're sleeping on Prince?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just present to everybody who's watching and who's listening the best Prince song bracket that I will be dropping. So how this is seated is based on where it was ranked on the charts and how long it was ranked on the charts based on position. So if it was number 1 on the charts, obviously, if it was number 1 for longer, it gets the higher seed. So this is what we're looking at. Let me go down the list of songs. So your number 1 seed is When Doves Cry. Your number 2 seed is Let's Go Crazy. The biggest thing I took away from this when I was making the list is Purple Rain was not as loved on the charts as it is, I guess, for the culture, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Your number 3 song, you got Cream. Number 4 song, you got Kiss. Number 5 song, where you at? You got Bat Dance. Number 6, you got The Look. 7 is Purple Rain. 8 is Raspberry Beret. 9 is Most Beautiful Girl in the World. 10 is Diamonds and Pearls. 11, Sign of the Times. 12, Little Red Corvette. 13, Thieves in the Temple. 14, 7. 15, you got Pop Life. 16, Delirious. 17, I Would Die for You. 18, Alphabet Street.
Underrated.
I Would Die for You?
Yeah, that song is so underrated.
Yes, I agree. 19, you got, where are we at 19? Never Take the Play. I just abbreviated that. 20, I Want to Be Your Lover. I'm just like, bro, how is this? How are the songs that I automatically be like, boom, that's a Prince song, not higher up in this seating based on where they were in the charts? And then like 1999 is the 21st seed. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a song everybody fucking knows,
Yep.
and it's number 90 or number 21. And then number 22 is I Hate You. So it's 22 songs based off of that. So that is what I'm going to be dropping. And that'll be going through. We'll do it the same way we've been doing the other brackets. We'll put the initial round out there, give it a week of voting, update the bracket, do it that way. So when we come back in January of 2023, the first episode will be breaking down
This
and reviewing
bracket.
this Prince song bracket. So that's what we're looking at for the next year, first podcast of
Ooh, but
2023. But we got a couple other things in there. Oh, look, Deontay in here, like, yes. Yes. So initially, like before going back, because obviously during the break, I'm gonna be listening to the Prince songs and revisiting and but initial look, Black, what song do you think is taking this?
Ooh, that's a tough one. If I got to go off the group, I'm gonna say Purple Rain. If I got to
Yeah,
go off the group.
they will drag Purple Rain across.
Oh
the
yeah,
field.
yeah. But
fuck
it's
the group.
going. Diamonds
What
and
do you
Pearls
think?
is an underrated song.
What do you think?
What do I
On
think
your
will
bracket,
take it?
on your bracket, what do you think is winning this off rip? Just early look.
Early look at my bracket. I Would Die for You.
Huh.
Yeah, because I got it. I got it beating Delirious. It'll beat Dove's Cry.
Wow.
Yeah, to me, it'll beat Dove's Cry. I Would
Is
Die
it
for You is
close?
such an underrated song,
So
man.
it's not close. Is it not close to any of these songs? Like when it gets to When Doves Cry, you just like, let me listen to them back and forth real quick. Or is it just like not
in my head, just hearing them both, I go with I Would Die for You. The only problem I have with it, so is when it gets to, because I would edge it Raspberry Beret, but on the bottom of that half, Kiss is in there.
Yep.
So it would be 1999 going up against Kiss. Kiss would win. And then it'll have to
So it'd
go
be
up
Kiss
against
and When Doves Cry. Or Kiss and then I Would Die for You.
I Would Die for You. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be my tough one.
What do you see making it over on the right side of the bracket?
Diamonds and Pearls.
I think this bracket maybe like I'm just looking like the Michael Jackson one was off the chain. The Michael Jackson one was off the chain. Participation was ridiculous for that one. Deontay's in the comments talking about he karaoke's Doves like he wrote it. The Prince version, right? You ain't singing the genuine version, are you?
Right.
I don't know. I'm a fan of Let's Go Crazy. I know it's not everybody's go-to Prince song. 1999 is kind of like everybody's go-to Prince song. Yep. Cream is a grown folk shit.
Yeah,
as I got older, I was just like, boy, Prince was on some what?
Yeah, Cream is awesome. Yeah, Cream is that.
You Got the Look is pretty good. But when I was doing this list, when I saw I Would Die for You at 19 or 17, I was just like, y'all fucking up. Like I don't know what people was thinking back then, not having this shit higher in the charts, but now it's gonna upset some motherfuckers, you know.
Yeah. I Would Die for You is like
Diamonds and Pearls.
That's my go-to. That's my
the instrumental for Diamonds and Pearls is
hell yeah.
Once you hear that shit, oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, this will be a good one. This will be a good one. So I'm ready to see what the group is thinking. So if you're listening to this, look in the description. I'm gonna have a link to the group. You can join in and join in on this discussion. But I'll be dropping this. Let me see. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 weeks. So I will be dropping this next Friday to give us the 5 weeks needed to when we come back in January. We'll have a completed bracket and we can talk about it.
For sure.
Cool. All right, man. So with that being said, episode 91 of the Smoke Pit, banger, legendary, probably one of the best episodes we ever done.
Yes.
And I stand by that. I
No,
guarantee.
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement.
What's that, Blue Magic? I stand by it. I guarantee it.
I stand by that. I guarantee it. Huh?
Huh? Fucking black all-star there. But with all that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. As always, you know I'm the homie Mac, aka your boy.
And I am bred like a king. Made this Kelvin Kaylee. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 91 of the Smoke Pit. Until next time, you guys have love, make sex, peace.
Peace.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit. It's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Mac and Mac.